Hello, everyone, and welcome to Claude and the Banstas. Hope you're having a good morning this Sunday. Like to welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Ayaz, Dub King, DJ Samuel, Archie, Arsenal FC fans, and we've got Natish on. I will explain in a minute. David, Son, EZ Scotty, Mr. Michael, Neil, Charles. Hope you're all well. Welcome along to this Sheffield United versus Arsenal FA Cup quarter-finals. Should be a good game. Sheffield United ain't been that good on the start back of this of the season so far. Arsenal's been a bit, hit and miss, losing their first two games and then winning their last game. We've got Johnny in the chat, One Arsene Wenger, Gunnar Stavalas, Seamus, Paul, John. Hope you're all well. Just before I put the team lineups, I want to introduce a guest that will become a sort of regular, hopefully, if we start working together. His name is Natish. He's got a Facebook page on Facebook, Arsenal FC fans. Let me get that up to show you what it looks like, everyone. Facebook fans. So if everyone would like to go over to Facebook and sign up to it, it's Arsenal FC, as you can see on the screen here, and it's got loads and loads of content on there. He's got over 360,000 people following. He's done a great job on the website, and we will be going live on his channel today, and we will be advertising on his channel. So, Natish, I just want to say thank you very much, mate, for doing this. And like I said, hopefully we'll be working together in the future, mate.
Yeah, thank you so much, Terry, and thank you to Claude and the Banstas that we are probably doing this video together and more to follow. And yes, I hope as long as Arsenal is doing well, I think everyone who's related to Arsenal and connected to Arsenal will be happy. And I hope this collaboration can go on long term as well.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Hopefully it'll be a blossoming friendship, mate. And we will do lots together on the page. And obviously we get yourself involved a bit more on the channel with watch-alongs and obviously on our normal shows. But just let's get to the team news, Nish. Let me get the team news up. It's let me take that off. It's coming up now. The team news for Arsenal is this. We have got Martinez in goal. We have got Mustafi, David Luiz, Tierney and Maitland-Niles in defence. Xhaka, Willock and Kosniak in midfield. And Pepe, Lacazette and Saka up front. What's your initial feelings on that?
I think a lot of people are worried that David Luiz is back in the team. But as we have been doing shows, I have been saying that he can't play against a fast attacking team. He can't play against a fast attacking side. But he can play against a team like Sheffield United or some of the lower teams in the league because they are not that fast. And with respect to Xhaka, obviously, he's the mainstay. Right now, he is the solid figure in midfield. And when he's there, I think some of the other players get a lot more freedom. And some of you guys must have seen the record that Xhaka has under Arteta and that we have been winning games. So I think that is why these guys are in the team. The only other one is Ozil. That is out of the team.
Well, we'll come on to Ozil in a minute, Natish. Yeah. For me, David Luiz, I mean, he shouldn't even be in the team. I mean, after that game against Man City, he should have been sacked. For me, he should have been sacked. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be one of the most experienced defenders we've got at our club, and coming on for 10 minutes like he did, absolutely ruined the game. Just quickly, EZ, Scotty, unfortunately, Diesel can't make today. He's had a family emergency, EZ, so he's gutted that he can't be on, but obviously family comes first, mate. So there's a little bit of an emergency. But for me, David Luiz shouldn't be playing. I'm glad that Maitland-Niles starting at right back because I think he can make that his own position. I really do like Maitland-Niles. He just needs to get his head down. He needs to knock that chip off his shoulder that he's got, and hopefully Arteta can do that. I'm still not a lover of Xhaka, but we haven't really got. I think I'd rather him than Guendouzi at the moment anyway, and he's not even. I don't even think he's on the team, is he?
No, he's not. He's not even in the subs. That is a shock for me as well.
Willock, I like. Kosniak, I mean, are we paying a back five? I don't know if we are. That's a shocking formation because at the moment Sheffield United, like I said, is on a 2-game bad run for me.
Yeah.
They've played really, really poor, and I think they're there for the taking. So if we're playing 5 at the back just to accommodate David Luiz, I think is absolutely shocking from Arteta. And I hope he ain't playing the back 5 because I don't like a back 5. The front 3, Pepe, Lacazette, and Saka. Well, that's still a great front 3 for me. And he probably done the right thing, leaving Uber on the bench because obviously we don't want to pick up no more injuries than what we already have.
Yeah, and he's out of form as well. But I'll say one thing with respect to the back 5. I like this back 5. I'll say the reason why. One is I wanted to see Niles collaborating with Pepe because Bellerin has been piss poor this season. And so wanted to see Niles and Pepe play together because they have some interchangeability and passing exchange that can happen. So that is really good. And the second thing is the reason why Kolasinac is playing probably is because Tierney picked up cramp in the last game and he wasn't that fit enough to start this game, and probably that is why he will play as a left centre back in the back 3. And one more thing I would like to add about the attack. Aubameyang is probably rested because he's out of form. He was already looking tired in the last game against Southampton. He should have finished off that chance as well. So I think this is a chance to test out our attack as well a bit more.
Yeah, no, exactly. Let me just read out the subs here. We've got Macy, Bellerin, Socrates, Holding, Smith, Tobias, Nelson, Entekie, Aubameyang. For me, I would have put Socrates in front of David Luiz. I wouldn't have even. That's what I mean. I know he's only just coming back from an injury too, Socrates. Holding's just come back from a massive injury too. So I think it's right to leave him on the bench for this game. And I would have played Socrates over David Luiz. Apart from that, it's not really a bad side in my eyes. It's not, it's not really a bad side. But should we have gone with our best team? I know we're still fighting in the Premiership to get maybe 5th place. I mean, that's going to be very hard now. We've got some hard games coming up. We've got Norwich at home in the midweek, which should be, let's be honest, I mean, they're bottom of the league, so we should pick up 3 points there, really. And then we've got 4 hard games with teams above us: Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Wolves. I think we've got. So they're going to be 4 hard games. I mean, so it's going to be very hard for us to get top 5. So I mean, really, we should be. Do you think we should be putting all our eggs in one basket, Natish, and going all out, playing our strongest squad really today for the FA Cup?
I think it will be easier we have a better chance of finishing in the top 7 than actually if Manchester City obviously gets banned in that sense than winning the FA Cup. Because if you see the teams that are remaining, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Manchester City, probably these three will be the other semi-finalists if we go through today. So can we beat any of them? It seems highly unlikely based on the form that they have shown recently. It seems very tough and unlikely that we can actually win the FA Cup. We can try our best, obviously, but the thing is, I think we have a better chance of getting a league position and getting into the Europa League. So I would suggest that we can try to beat Norwich and try to get some points through against a complacent Liverpool side, and probably try to nick one against Leicester City, who's out of form. So I think we have a better chance of getting that league position through the table rather than winning the FA Cup, because these 3 teams are going to be brutal and they will want to win that cup, because that is the only title that probably 2 of them will only win this season.
Yeah. Endorphin, thank you very much for that comment, mate. He says, happy Sunday, Terry and the boys. Dedication to your channel, Sil, and it's paying off. Best channel out there. Come on, Arsenal. Thank you very much for that, mate. Ben X says, is Sophie here? Sophie will be here in about 5 to 10 minutes. She just had to finish off her own channel, and then she's going to jump straight onto this channel. So she won't be too long, guys. Craig says, you never walk alone. Well done, mate. Congratulations to Liverpool. Well deserved. And you know what I mean? Just keep celebrating. Why not, mate? 30 years you had to wait. So I definitely would. Salad Dodgers. Love Terry. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Let's have a quick look at Sheffield United's team. They've got Henderson in goal, Robinson, Egan, Basham, Stevens, Norwood, Baddock, Fleck, Lundstram, McBurney, and McGoldrick. So they've got quite a strong team, Matt. What's your predictions for today, Natish?
I said it on the Blind Gunner that it will be a 1-1 draw and it will go to penalties and probably we'll lose it in penalties because Henderson is a better keeper than Martinez.
Natish, I didn't bring you on this panel to be negative, mate.
No, I'm not being negative, but we are also not in form. If you see, Sheffield is also not in form, and I feel that we can dominate this game, but we are not finishing off our chances. That is the problem. If we had finished off our chances, we could have killed off Southampton in the first half in the last game. They would have been nowhere in that game. But we are also not in form, so I feel that it could be a close game, and that is why I said 1-1 till full time, and then we can win it. But I hope that we win it. That is what I'm hoping, that we win it, and I'm wrong.
Okay, everyone in the chat, let me know what you think. Let us know what you think today's result's going to be. Do you think we can do it? Do you think it'll be a draw and go to penalties? Or do you think Sheffield United can, nick it off of us? For me, I think Sheffield United in their last two games, like I said, have been absolutely atrocious. If we get on top of them, stay on top of them, we could win this quite easily today, 3-1, I'd say. But you never know. Like I said yesterday with Man United and Norwich, the Norwich United game, Norwich really hasn't got nothing to play for. And they put in a great performance yesterday and took Man U all the way. Especially down to 10 men and all. They gave a great game, and they was unlucky at the end because Man U was atrocious, to be honest. It was an atrocious game, but they nicked it right at the end. We've got some results coming in. We've got Archie saying 1-0 win with that team, Bertram 2-1, and Seamus 2-1. So what I'm going to do, Natish, is I'm going to bring Sophie in there, and I'll speak to you after the game for match reactions, yeah?
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Natish, and I'll see you
guys, thank you for the support, everyone in the chat, Simpy, Melina, everyone. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks, Natish. Speak to you soon, mate.
Sure. Thank you.
Hello, Sophie. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you, Sarah. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Just quickly, let's pick up on the Man United game yesterday. Norwich against Man United. It weren't a good game for you, to be honest. I thought Norwich, who's obviously at the bottom of the table at the moment, put in a great performance. And especially when they went down to 10 men, they held out and was unlucky not to take it to penalties. What's your thoughts on it, Soph?
I think we mixed the team up a lot, and you could tell that a lot of them players hadn't played much together. Just really rusty. Even Bruno had an off game, and I think that shows when he has an off game, we have an off game. But we get pushed until the end. We've got the win, which is the main thing, I think, eventually. I'm just hoping that this extra time doesn't fatigue us too much going into the game on Tuesday. But it was a mixed team. It wasn't our strongest 11, and I think you have to take that into account.
Yeah, I mean, after the great win in midweek, obviously he made a lot of substitutions, which obviously played havoc on your performance on that day. I think it was about 4 or 5 changes, wasn't it, from the starting 11?
8, I think it was. 8 changes.
Wow.
Yeah.
8, yeah, that's what I mean. You but obviously you've got a good squad to do that, Sophie. But it was just, I think most of these games, unfortunately, haven't been that great since the start up again. We've only had a couple of really good games. I don't know about yourself, how you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we played bad against Spurs. I think you could just tell that we hadn't played for a long time. Thank you to Anita for that comment. But I think that, Spurs, we didn't play too bad. You could just tell that we haven't played together for a while. And then obviously, like you said, good win in the week. I just think that it's one of them. Like you have to rotate. If you don't rotate, then players are bound to get injuries. So I think we have to rotate. I think we already know that there's an issue at the club where the young players, or I should say, the reserve players, aren't good enough. There's a lot of players who we feel that need shipping out, and I think yesterday was an indication of that. Like that was their chance to take, and they didn't take it. But I think look, we got the win. It's the most important thing, and I just think that Bruno, Pogba, and obviously Matic in that middle, I think that's good enough really on Tuesday to get us through. But to be expected, I think. Like players haven't played together. Like I think the tempo in every game, like you say, hasn't been up to scratch. But I think that was to be expected. Really, we all said we didn't know how it was going to pan out after having such a long break, and I think it's just kind of gone along with that. Really, how are you feeling about Arsenal today, though?
I mean, obviously the same thing. He's obviously had to change it up a little bit. I mean, we've got a lot of injuries. We've just come back, but we've picked up 3-4 injuries since the start back up. So he's had to shift it around a bit. I don't know if you've seen the team, Soph.
I have. To be honest, I'm a bit baffled. You seem to have so many wingers and fullbacks on. What's going on? You might need to explain to me how you think you're going to look.
I don't know. If he's going to play a back five, I mean, I'll be very annoyed with Arteta because I'm not a big back five lover, to be honest. I think that invites too much pressure on. It automatically shows that you're going to play defensive and try and break on the counter attack. That's not the way I like playing. I'm more of an old school person, 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. However you want to do it, you know, I'm all about attacking. For me, you know what I mean? If you're attacking, then you don't have to defend. It's as simple and easy as that, really. Do you know what I mean? So, but I'm absolutely gutted that David Luiz has got back in the team because for me, he should have been sat against Man City straight after. I know Socrates has just come back from injury and he's on the bench, but I've always said if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to play in my eyes, because if we pick up an injury in the first 5 minutes, then guess what? He's got to come on. So you're fit enough to play. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like David Luiz. I would have kept him out. I'm glad that Maitland-Niles is getting a chance at hopefully right back if it is a back four. Obviously impressed with TNE since he's come back. He's done some lovely balls again the other day. I'm not a big lover of Xhaka, but we haven't really got enough players at the moment, so he's got to play, I suppose. And Willock, Kosniak. I mean, to me, this is what I mean. I don't know what he's obviously going to be playing a back five because he's got him on there. So, and then the front three, I'll be happy with Saka, Pepe, and Lacazette. But I don't know about you, so.
When I saw it, I first thought that's going to be a back five, and I was thinking, surely not. Not against Sheffield United. I expect Arsenal to be on the front foot, but it strikes me that it's going to be a back five. But Aubameyang, for me, I would have started him. I'm one of these. I said this about Ole yesterday as well. I would always start with my strongest 11, get the game done and dusted as soon as you can, and then obviously rest your main players. That's the way I would always do it. But you have to rotate your squad, and I think Arsenal, a bit like United, it just shows the lack of true depth you've got in the squad. The rotation, I think it's just a case whether the players can step up to it. I think Lacazette still hasn't proved himself for me. I think you see glimpses when he's playing alongside Aubameyang that link up could be there. So maybe it's his time to step up today. Maybe he can do that, because Jesse Lingard didn't do that for United yesterday, for example. Let's see if Lacazette can do that today. It's his chance to prove himself.
Just while you said that, I mean, he definitely needs to go to the hairdressers, Lingard, doesn't he?
See, the thing is, though, I feel for Lingard, because I do think there is a player in there, and I think it's obvious yesterday he hadn't played for a long time. He's so low on confidence. His confidence is in the gutter. You can see that, and I think if anybody can get the best out of him, it will be playing alongside the likes of Bruno and Pogba. But it just feels like a downward spiral for Jesse Lingard. Of course, I'm not one of these people who's going to get on his back and say get him out. I'm not like that. I'm hoping, of course, you get the best out of all your players, Jesse Lingard included. But he hasn't been good enough. You can't sit there and say he has been. He's meant to be our number 10. He had no goals and assists for a year. He's not been good enough, but I'm just hoping that he finds a bit of confidence from somewhere, because he's really lacking at the minute.
Yeah, we're getting some comments in about David Luiz and all. There was one. Where is it? I can't find it. Someone did put, would I rather David Luiz or where's it gone? Or Phil Jones? Sorry, I can't find the
Would you have Phil Jones?
To be honest, I'd rather not have any of them if I had the option. To be honest, but if I was pushed and had to pick one, I think I'd rather Phil Jones. To be honest, I'm really not a big lover of David Luiz. I never have been. Like I keep saying, you know, I've got 4 or 5 Chelsea mates. To be honest, you know what I mean. And as soon as we bought him, they was texting me, you know what I mean, clapping their hands, rubbing their hands together, laughing, saying thank you for taking him off our hands. And, you know, he's always got mistakes in him. Tony, who's in the chat, you know what I mean, he predicted on that game against Man City before he even come on that would be down to 10 men once we was bringing him on. And 10 minutes later, we was down to 10 men. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel the same. I feel exactly the same, to be honest. And I wouldn't put them in the same league together, don't get me wrong. But as Pogba's the same for me. I just can't see what people see in him, to be honest. I mean, he's great when he plays for France, Pogba, and he's got great players around him. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But obviously at the moment, you haven't got the best of squads. You've got some great players, don't get me wrong, but you haven't got the best of squads either. But he needs like 10 other great players around him for him to thrive, I think.
Yeah, like I've been accused of having an agenda against Pogba, and I simply haven't. Like, the thing is, Pogba, like you saw when he came against Spurs, like he transformed the game. He's got so much talent, so much potential. Like he's an incredible player. He's got everything in his game. There's no doubt about it. But we haven't seen enough of his day in a United shirt. He hasn't been consistent enough. But I do sympathise that he hasn't had the quality around him as well, which is why I'm saying give him time now. Bruno's in the team. Let's see. Now he's got a quality player to bounce off. I think Martial will thrive as well in that kind of surrounding. Now see how he progresses. But I agree, he hasn't been good enough for United, definitely. But I do think there's factors to contribute to that. The thing that I've always criticised about Paul Pogba is the circus that revolves around him. Wherever he goes, we know that his agent is an absolute nightmare. And the state that we're in as a club at the minute, we need to be focusing on football and not focusing on stuff outside of it like that. And I think that's the thing I would say about Pogba. Knuckle down, play football, do what you're paid to do. Take no notice of the bravado around it. And I think since the lockdown, to be fair, he seems to be enjoying his football, and I think he's been really focused. And I think since the break, he's been quality for us. Even yesterday, I thought when he came on, he looked bright and a great pass that led to the goal as well.
Oh, well, if you watch my stream, if you watch that live stream, I wasn't complimentary to him. Unfortunately, I was picking up on everything he didn't do right. Unfortunately, but
yeah, it's easy to do that. But that game yesterday, I think anyone coming on, that was a hard game to come into anyway, to try and change the mindset of the players that were already on the pitch. I think it was just a really flat game. It was a hard one to come into, but I think him and Martial, they did give us something a bit different. We looked a bit more positive when they came on, because you look like ran out of ideas, to be honest with you. Tony in the comments as well, he just asked me if I'm fearful of Wolves, like he is. Yeah, I am very fearful. My dad, let's face it, he hasn't shut up about Wolves, to be honest with you, and he's feeling more and more confident. So I'm hoping they drop points along the line, because I can't face them getting in the Champions League over us. Can't deal with that.
No, I know what you mean. Joseph, thank you for your super chat and your contribution. Guendouzi and Ozil sold, could give us Grealish. I'll take that all day long, Joseph, to be honest. Guendouzi for me and Ozil both not in the squad again today. Apparently Ozil's picked up another injury, a back injury apparently. So he's obviously playing Fortnite on PlayStation probably. So, I mean, as much as I do like him as a player, I think he is a great player. It's time for him to move on now. We've got to get him off our wages, and we need to start getting players in. And Guendouzi, for me, he should never have got anywhere near this Arsenal squad anyway. I know he's only young, but unfortunately, we haven't got a great squad. And for him to get straight in our squad just shows you the limits that we're under at the moment. Because, I mean, it's terrible that a 21-year-old from a second division France team has been playing in our first team for nearly 2 years. I don't know how you see that, Sophie.
The first on Ozil, I think his back injury probably is from playing his PlayStation, isn't it? There's obviously an issue there. Like, he is a good player, but I think he disappears far too much. If I'm honest, I think that he always dips in and out of games. He's not really consistent. But I think in the background, there's obviously issues there regarding him. I think the sooner you get rid, the better. It reminds me a bit about the time where there's uncertainty around Paul Pogba at United and people getting on his back. He was left on the bench a bit, and people were saying, like, there's obviously issues in the background. With Ozil, it definitely strikes me as that. I think the faster you get rid, the better. And not because I don't think he's a good player. I think he is. It just doesn't seem like it's going to work out at Arsenal. But, yeah, for me, he just disappears too much in games. I genuinely think he just flits it in and out. Like, for a player of his quality, you want him to get in the game by the scruff of the neck a bit more, and he just doesn't strike me as that kind of player. But you appreciate the fact that he hasn't got the best Arsenal squad around him as well, like I've just said about Paul Pogba. You have to take that into account. Yeah. But I think in terms of your young players coming up as well, I think Martinelli looks like a great young talent. Saka, I think he's just getting better and better the more I see of him, to be honest with you. And I'll be focusing more on getting them players into the top team. Guendouzi, I've been a bit mixed. He always seems a bit rash for me. Like when he was bragging about his wages, was it the other week when playing against Brighton? Like that sums it really. Like you don't want that kind of mindset in your club, and I think that's the kind of mindset obviously that is in Arsenal at the minute. You can't talk the talk if you're not walking the walk, and that's exactly what he was doing there. And he made himself look like an idiot after it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think he showed more passion after the game than what he did during the game. To be honest, if he would have showed that during the game, I wouldn't have minded. To be honest, do you know what I mean? So, but like you said, I mean, it's just disgusting behaviour. I think from a young player, and I'm totally behind Arteta for keeping him out of the squad and making a stand against him. To be honest, and it looks like, really, let's be honest, he's doing that with Ozil too, because Ozil can't be injured. He was sitting on the bench the other day with his umbrella like Mary Poppins. Do you know what I mean? So. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, we could be wrong. It could definitely be injured. That could be the case. Yeah. But the point is, this isn't the first occasion, isn't it? if you're judging on just this one game, yeah, of course it could be an injury, but there's been a few games now where he's missed on the bounce, and he's tweeting afterwards saying we are Arsenal or wherever it is, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, because I haven't seen you in an Arsenal shirt for a bit, but this is an interesting game today because Sheffield United have had a poor start since the break, and I think that they're due a result. They're a tough team as well physically, and it'd be interesting to see if they get in and around Arsenal. Don't give them time on the ball. I'm interested to see how Luiz reacts as well after his new deal. Whether he should have got that or not is another thing, but he's got it. So
exactly, yeah. Ayaz, these the people that watch us know that I'm crap with pronunciations, so they like to get me to say things. So just for you, Ayaz, a bummer blood clot Jan. Is that all right? I don't know if
that's all right, yeah. With a cap on as well, yeah. The cap is.
Alex, how you doing, mate? Not see you in the chat before. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming over. He's put, as mentioned to Robbie on AFTV, the mistake you made was you signed the wrong centre back on a free transfer. You should have signed Gary Cahill rather than David. Yeah, well, I'd have took Gary Cahill all day long over David Luiz.
For as long as I can remember, you've needed a good centre back. Like for as long as I can remember, I'll probably say your last decent centre back, and even he obviously went sour. But Koscielny, you'd probably say was your last decent centre back you've had for a long time. Arsenal have needed to invest in. You've been invested in the wrong places, so I completely agree with that. I think Cahill would have been a good signing for you.
Yeah, definitely. Just quickly before we kick off, we are live on Mic 2. If you download it on the Google Play Store or Apple Store, it's got like a fire flame. When you go over there, you can download it, enter our code CBS301. It's all free. That will sign you up to Claude and the Bansters, and you'll be able to hook up your app to the TV or laptop, wherever you're watching the football, and listen to mine and Sophie's commentary over the boring BT commentators. I don't know who's on there. Probably Steve McManaman or Michael Owen, one of them boring old farts. You don't want to listen to them. We've got us two here. Go over and download that. Also, if you'd like to become a YouTube member for our channel, it's in the comments now. You can just click on that link and you can sign up and become one of the family. This channel is all about being a family. And if you can't become a member, the other way you can really help us out and push our channel right up there is by sharing and subscribing on YouTube, Mic, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and that will push us up. We've also got a website. I'll put that into the comments now. It's www.claudeandthebansters.com. You can go over there, and that is where all our merchandise is. The merchandise are t-shirts, the caps, cups, sweatshirts, jumpers. You can even get t-shirts with Claude's cartoon character on it with the voice of reason. And they're all over there. They're all shipping to all countries now. So please go over to the website. We've also got Stan joining us from Vancouver. How you doing, Stan?
I'm so tired.
What is it there? It's about 5 o'clock in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. I've had about like 3 hours sleep till.
Wow, unbelievable, mate. 5 o'clock. This is dedication. See, look, you know what I mean? Dedication from Vancouver. Stan, would you quickly, everyone in the comments, let us know, just as we're just kicked off, let us know your predictions on today's game. Sophie, what you going with?
I think it's going to be a tight one. I'm going to say 2-1 Sheffield.
Wow, I wish I didn't invite you on now. No,
I can't come on here and not choose Sheffield.
No, you've got to be real. That's what I like. Stan?
I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
Oh, you nicked mine. I've said 3-1 Arsenal. I just think that Sheffield United in their first 2 games back have been absolutely atrocious.
I'm just expecting I think there's going to be a performance at some point. I think they'll also think that Arsenal are there for the taking as well. They know the uncertainty around certain players and Arteta. So I don't know if they're going to get a result. I think today could be a possibility. But Arsenal at the same time had confidence from their win last game, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Thunder Orc said 2-1 Sheffield. Alex is saying 2-1 Sheffield. Tahir is saying 4-0 Sheffield. Come on, 4-0 Sheffield, mate.
Go on to hear, yes.
Tony, Chelsea representative, says, Sophie, what do you think of Chelsea against City?
City, don't even mention Mendy again to me. City was so poor defensively. Chelsea, fair play, you took it to them, but City basically just gave up for me in the heads. I think that was it. That just gave up. But yeah, Chelsea, I think getting better and better. Pulisic, I think, is a quality player. I think Werner coming in for Chelsea is going to be a great signing as well. But I think Lampard's doing a good job with what he's got there. And it's going to be a close one for top 4 as well, with Wolves playing the way they are.
I've got to say, for me, I think that was an absolute brilliant game. I think that's the best game since we've been back watching that game. It was really good, end-to-end stuff, and both teams went for it. Sammy saying 2-0 Arsenal, and he's saying ban Sophie. Don't worry, I'm giving her a written warning, Sammy. For that comment she made. Tony said, Sheffield 2, Arsenal 2, Blades win on penalty, Louise misses last spot kick. Oh, don't.
Imagine.
Don't.
To be fair, his last prediction was right about the red card, so let's hope this one's right as well.
He'll get a written warning and all, don't you worry about that. David said, evening Stan, midnight here for Anita and me.
Now, if I fall asleep, I don't want any written warnings, Terry. All right?
Yeah. Lone Star London, how you doing? Good to see you back in the comments, mate. Blimey at 7 a.m. here. Sheffield United with a free kick. Ball comes in right across 2 deep. Goes out for a goal kick for Arsenal. Nicholas Pepe, 19 to score. Hopefully he does. Pepe to score. Like to see it. EZ Scotty said, best game of my life, Liverpool fan.
And also I saw Meg in the chat as well from my channel, so a big shout out to Meg as well. I saw her there a bit earlier on in the chat.
A big shout out to her. I might have missed that.
Remember when Seaman pulled off that? So back in 2003.
Football Crew Show. Remember when Seaman pulled off that save back in 2003? That was one of the best saves of all time. I think that was unbelievable, that save. Really, I mean...
Crazy.
It was unbelievable. That was Middlesbrough, wasn't it? Middlesbrough. I don't know if you remember that when we won the FA Cup, I can't remember what year it was. We played Middlesbrough, I think it was in the semi-final, and they scored an own goal and we won that game, but that was the only goal they let in all FA Cup. Wow. I think that was the semi-final. They kept all clean sheets, but the only goal they let in was an own goal, and we won. And we won the FA Cup that year.
What do you think on Arteta? Do you think that he is the guy for you? Like, do you still trust him?
I'll let Stan go first on that one.
I can't believe you're asking Terry that question. Have you not been into this channel before, Sophie?
You won your last game. It might change. Who knows?
For me, he wasn't the man. He wasn't the manager that I would have initially picked to come in. But I really want him to do well. I really want him to do well. And so far, it's early days for me. And I think that, once this transfer window closes, Soph, and we have an idea of exactly what tools he's going to have at his disposal, and if the board are going to back him or not, I think we'll have a better idea if he's going to, how successful he might be, or whether it's not going to happen for him. Because if he doesn't get the backing, I don't think there's not much that he can do with the squad he's got. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's right. Obviously, you remind me of us, basically, because I think you've got a lot of players there you need to ship out. There's a lot of players where you need to resolve issues.
You have to forgive me. Who's us?
United.
Ah, okay.
I'm a United fan. So obviously we've had Ollie come in, and I think he started now to put his stamp on the team, and the likes of Wan-Bissaka signing, and obviously Maguire, Bruno coming in. I think you need that from Arteta, like you say. You need to invest, because I think, like I mentioned earlier, you've needed to sign like centre back, for example, for a long, long time, and I think you haven't invested in the right places. So yeah, it's about trusting him with the money, isn't it? And him putting his stamp on the team, because at the minute he's just cleaning up someone else's mess.
Yeah, I mean, I look at this team and I still see Unai Emery's squad running around, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? But just want to ask you, Sophie, as you're a United supporter and you're talking about investing, what have your thoughts been on some of the investments Ollie's made into your squad?
I think Ollie's signing so far have been spot on.
Yeah?
Fred obviously wasn't signed by Ollie. Signed by Ollie. But I do think that Fred, like, Ollie has been getting the best out of him. Just before the lockdown, I thought Fred was easily our most improved player this season. But I think you look at Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire's improved us. Yes, we overpaid for him, but he has improved us at the back. And then you've got, obviously, Bruno coming in as well, who's transformed us. I think if you look at all of Ollie's signings so far, we're moving in the right direction. It's just that we've got a whole heap of deadwood that we still are yet to move out as well. But so far, so good. I genuinely believe that as Ollie. The only thing I will criticise is obviously when we are playing against teams who sit in, like Norwich yesterday, we struggle. I'm just hoping that Bruno and Pogba have that creativity to help us get past that. But we need a plan B, basically. We need Ollie to obviously teach how do we play against teams like that. But yeah, in terms of signings, I think so far so good. If we get Sancho as well.
What's your thoughts on Paul Pogba? Are you happy with Paul Pogba? Are you one of those that's not happy, wants him out, or what's the story with that?
I'm not sitting on the fence, but I'm mixed on him. Like I'll call him out and say he hasn't been good enough at United so far.
Left hand side, and McGoldrick just inside the box, plays it back, shoots. Oh, it goes wide. It's gone out for a corner. Sorry.
Is it Eddie McGoldrick?
No, it's all right.
Playing tell. I thought it was Eddie McGoldrick playing.
Yeah.
On the park, isn't it?
I don't know. I get it all mixed up. Just to let Lone Star know, Diesel unfortunately has had a family emergency, so he was supposed to be on, but unfortunately he's got a family emergency and he won't be on today. But he's sending all his love and says sorry that he couldn't be on, but he will be back ASAP.
Sending love to Terry as well, and obviously his family. Terry.
David Luiz clears it. They've gone out for another corner.
Come on, Sheffield. But yeah, Pogba, I think I'm mixed on him. I think we haven't got enough out of him yet. He hasn't been good enough, but there's definitely so much potential and class there about him. I'm hoping that Bruno coming in gets the best out of him. I think give him time with Bruno and see. The thing that annoys me with Pogba is his agent and the circus that revolves around him. I think he's focused on his football, get his head down and show us what he can do rather than getting involved in any of the analytics side of it.
Oh, it's 1-0. Sheffield United have scored. Oh my God.
Bloody hell. Yeah, so if I'm about a minute behind Terry, you see, so I
think I'm a few seconds behind.
Terry's shouting and telling what's going on.
Arteta has picked a back five, absolutely disgusting. Everyone knows I'm a big Arteta fan, but he's picked a back five. This is absolute shocking defending. David Luiz just stands there and looks. Xhaka just stands there. Tierney just stands there. It's just shocking. Absolute shocking. Xhaka is marking the player and he just... What is he doing? That is shocking. Absolute disgusting. Disgusting.
Defending again though, isn't it? It's just...
It looks like they're having a VAR here and all.
Yeah.
Checking goal offside.
They still haven't scored at what I'm watching. They haven't even scored yet.
Oh, it's offside.
You got away with one there if it is.
I think it's offside. Yeah, there's two players offside.
Yeah, he's off. Definitely. But looky there.
VAR decision. Offside. Come on. Still terrible defending. That's
the thing on set pieces. You look at this and you think Sheffield United surely have got the upper edge in terms of physicality. That's what I said earlier. It'd be interesting to see that they're a stronger team in terms of physicality. So, yeah, it's definitely offside.
I obviously don't understand why he's played a back five. I don't like a back five whatsoever formation. I think it just invites too much pressure on. At the moment, Lacazette, but I'm just trying to think, where is David Luiz? So he's playing as a sweeper or what? He is. He's more or less playing as a sweeper.
I don't like a back five either, Terry. Can't stand it.
It's shocking. It just invites too much pressure onto you. Look how far back we've got to go. It's just disgusting. Why has he done this? I haven't got a clue.
You got to look at it. 1-0 there now.
Yeah,
he's got enough personnel that he doesn't need to be playing that formation. So I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. We've got enough players to be playing now. I don't understand. He's simply done this. This is what I've got to say now. He's
simply done this, Terry, to wind you up.
Well, no, look, I've got to be honest now, right? It just goes to show that there's people upstairs that are making the decision now. And if Arteta don't stand up to them in this coming, when the season ends and he gets these players in, because we're accommodating David Luiz. It's as simple and easy as that.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were saying that Raul Sinieri's give him a ring last night and said, Mikel, you better be playing a back five tomorrow or we're going to have words. But I see what you're saying. Because of the David Luiz, you reckon that he's playing a back five to try and make people happy?
I mean, look, let's be honest.
Do you think he's got a little bit like that though, Tel? Mikel Arteta, that he's one that he doesn't want to make anyone upset.
That was unlucky.
Do you know what I mean? Do you think he's a little bit like that? Like he wants to try.
I don't know, because obviously,
much so that he would alter the formation to fit in another player. Do you know what I'm getting at? Do you think he's like that? I hope not.
I hope not. I really hope not.
That's weak if he's doing that.
Because who runs the club? Who runs the team? The manager or the players? Do you know what I mean? Exactly. The manager has to have a stance. You can't allow like big egos. That's what Guendouzi strikes me as, that kind of player who's got a bit of a big ego, to be honest.
I mean, obviously, we don't know if Ozil's, apparently he's got a back injury again.
Oh, come on. What was he do? Did he slip over like picking the soap up in the shower?
Oh, my God. What was Mustafi doing there again? Just a throw-in out of nothing. A throw-in comes in the box. Mustafi heads it behind him, right across the goal line. Right across the goal. What is he? Actually, it didn't come off of him. It looked like it did. Or did it? I think it did. And that was just terrible defending again. See, this is what I mean. With Mustafi, you put someone that is crap next to him, he turns to crap. He's been with Holding the last 2 games, and he's had quite a good game. Yeah,
he has actually. He's looked good next to Holding.
Yeah.
I actually think Holding's a decent player, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's one of your better. Oh, I just saw that chance.
Over. Oh, well, look, you should have run for that, mate. Arsenal throwing. It looks like he's playing more up on the left wing because of the 3 at the back, but I'm still not happy about it, to be honest. But yeah, for me, it definitely shows that we're accommodating David Luiz, and Arteta needs to start growing a backbone, because otherwise, like I said, come the transfer window in the close season, if he don't start picking his players and getting his proper team out there, then I'll be turning on Arteta.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to clean my ears out, Terry, because that is strong words from you about Arteta. That is not the Terry I know.
Come on, pass it out. Maitland-Niles near the corner flag on this right-hand side. But Pepe's got it back. And now we're going back. And Xhaka obviously passes it right back to the defender, Mustafi, because that's all he does. He does that the best. Oh,
Jesus.
Ridiculous, wasn't it? Alex is saying nearly a goal again. Thunder Hawk is saying Sheffield should have scored there. Alex is saying Holding is better than Luiz. Totally agree with that. Archie, total disagree. We played back 3 last year with no Luiz. I just don't like the back 3, Luiz. Archie, it's just not for me, mate.
I don't like it. Never have done.
Willock to Pepe just outside the box. To Pepe, back to Willock. Xhaka to Lacazette, and he's lost it. And Sheffield United just clear it easily.
Arsenal starting to keep more of the ball now, though.
Sheffield United on attack here, just outside the Arsenal box, running. Oh, well defended, Maitland-Niles. Lone Star said, "Tell if you had a personality transplant," because I've gone against Arteta. Is that why, mate? I haven't gone against him. I'm just saying, look.
I'm trying to work out whether I'm actually awake or whether this is all a dream, because this is not the Terry that I know.
Listen, I've always said, until I actually see something against Arteta or he makes a mistake, then I will say it. And today, having a back 5 and picking David Luiz is wrong. It's wrong. He should have went with the back 4.
I've never liked that one.
He should have went back 4. And like I said, Sheffield United in the last 2 games have been absolutely woeful. And we should have gone at them from the start here, but he hasn't. He's gone too defensive in my eyes, playing a back 5, and it's all to accommodate David Luiz. As simple and easy as that, Stan.
Yeah, I mean, you watching a football game and David Luiz is in your squad. It's like anything could happen at any second. Do you know what I
mean? Yeah, I agree. When you signed him, I said the same thing. He's so unpredictable. Like, he's a liability at the back. You want someone who's composed and somebody you fully trust. You can't fully trust David Luiz.
It's like you could go to the toilet and in a few seconds you come back and it's like the TV's penalty going on or someone's been sent off and David Luiz is at the centre of it and you literally just left the room for like 2 seconds.
Archie said people wanted Ainsley to play the guys championship level. I mean, make the nose. For me, Archie, I think he could be a good right back for me. I think if you play him with our best back four at the moment, Holding, probably Mustafi at the moment, and Tierney, I think that's a good back four, to be honest, with either Leno or Martinez in goal. I think Martinez has done well. Stan, I don't know about you.
I'm with Archie on this one all day long, personally. I'm not a big fan of AMN. Terry.
What about both?
The bits I've seen, I think it's decent, but you gotta think, is he good enough really long term? I'm not so sure he is. I think you'd still need to sign in that area, but yeah, I think he's decent. I think likes of Saka and Martinelli look like levels above him, though, to be honest with you, in terms of their quality. Like I say, Saka for me is one player that I keep watching, and I think he gets better the more I see him. I think he's progressing like madly. So him and Martinelli for me are levels above what Maitland-Niles is.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. We're just playing backwards all the time at the minute. 17 minutes in, Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 0.
We've lost a little bit of bite, haven't we, Terry? There doesn't seem a little, you know what I mean? We've lost a little bit of bite from looking at this.
I mean, obviously, like, oh, for God's sake, Mustafi, just poor kick there. This is what I'm saying. He seems to make rash decisions when he hasn't got a good partner next to him.
Yeah.
And now Sheffield United on attack. Oh, we just got rid of it, thank God. But gone straight back to Sheffield and they're back on the attack.
So let me ask you, Tel, do you reckon that we need to be looking for another centre back to go to complement Saliba, or do you think Holding could be up to the job?
For me, I would like to go and get up on Meccano or Konate, who plays next to him. One of them two. I think definitely we need to get him. And I would get rid of about 4 defenders. I'd get rid of Socrates. I'd get rid of David Luiz, who's just in the box now trying to defend. And he's got rid of it, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, we've got David Luiz who we can get rid of. Socrates, Mavna, how'd you say his name? Mavropanos or whatever. Get rid of him. Because we're still going to need cover. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what Arsenal are like. We get a lot of bloody injuries. So if we could have, say, up on Meccano and Saliba, and then you've got, cover with Holding and Chambers. I mean, that ain't too bad. That's what I would do personally. I'd get rid of all the others.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But have Phil Jones if you want.
To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if we go out and buy him at the moment, Soph. Oh, good.
I think you think he improves your defence.
What are you doing?
I'd like to get Phil Jones, even if it's just to watch his facial expressions.
It's entertaining, isn't it? I do think he improved. Like, for me, I'd rather have Phil Jones in my defence than David Luiz. I know that's a big statement, but
yeah, I would. To be honest,
I genuinely would.
That's a very good point. I would rather have the calamitous Phil Jones in my squad than David Luiz.
I genuinely would.
I've said that too, Stan. I genuinely would and all.
I would.
I don't know. I just can't stand David Luiz. I just think he's absolutely useless, to be honest.
I'll take back Squalachi at this point. That's where I am, Terry.
Emmanuel, how you doing, mate? I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Welcome to our channel. He says, "I from Dubai. The best team is on the bench. We fielded average players. Anyone you trust on pitch today?" Saka, Tierney. That's about it. That's about it. What about you, Stan?
What was the question, Terry?
Any of the players you trust today?
Like Tierney, Saka.
That's about it, isn't it? Lone Star says, "Try and can never be trusted." Luiz, Mustafi, Socrates, Konodiak, Mavropanos, Bellerin, and Chambers. I'd sell most of them. I would keep Chambers, give him another try because we're going to need cover in the squad. Pepe on his right hand side, crosses it in. but a bad cross, but it goes out for a corner. I think that's the first one.
Chambers is James Milner 2.0, isn't it?
Right. So that again, Dan, sorry, mate.
Chambers is like James Milner 2.0. I want him to be like our James Milner. Right back, centre back, defensive mid cover as well, you know?
Yeah.
He's very versatile, and I really like Callum. I don't understand why a lot of fans, a section of our fans don't think he's good enough. I like him. I thought under Unai Emery when he played, he was like one of the bright spots. Was Callum Chambers.
Well, we've got a corner here. Looks like Saka. Is that Saka going to take? I think it's Saka going to take the. Or is that? No, it's Willock, isn't it? It's Willock, I think. Willock. Oh my God. I mean, what is the matter with corners nowadays? No one can seem to get it off the ground or past the bloody first man. But he's back. He got the ball back. Oh, he's trying to play it. Pepe just inside the box. Saka crosses it in deep, but Sheffield United get it away.
Would you start Lacazette today?
Oh, for God's sakes.
Would I have started Lacazette?
Yeah, anyone.
I think Lacazette and Aubameyang together, you see like glimpses of their link up. Like I think them two together could be something special, but obviously there's a lack of service and lack of quality around them. But...
penalty to Arsenal. Lacazette has gone down and he's given a penalty to Arsenal. I want to see this again though. But it looks like a penalty to Arsenal. Would he go VAR? The ball comes into him. Oh, it's not a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. Let me see this again. Tierney pays it to Lacazette just inside the box. I don't think he touches him, to be honest.
He dived. Did he dive?
I don't think he touches him. I'll take the penalty if it comes, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he touches him. I don't know if it's going to go VAR.
Should do, shouldn't it?
I think he is going VAR. But 23 minutes have gone here. Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 0. Sheffield United have had the ball in the goal, but it was offside. They've had another chance. They should have scored. This is Arsenal's first real chance here. Is it going to be a penalty to Arsenal? We're still waiting on the VAR decision.
Oh, I don't know. Seems to go through the back of his foot, I think, but I think that'll be given.
Mohamed, it's still 0-0, mate. It's still 0-0. We're still waiting. Why is it taking so long? Come on. I hate this. I mean, they've got to change this, haven't they? It's ridiculous.
It
always takes a long time when it's a decision that's in our favour. You notice that?
Yeah. Like the Sheffield United goal, you know, I mean, was over and done with within 30 seconds. And Natish has put Arsenal, penalty to Arsenal.
It didn't even look like he was in the box. It just happened here.
No, he did it. He ain't even gone to VAR. They were just waiting for the injury on Lacazette. It hasn't even gone to VAR, so it's a definite penalty to Arsenal.
Wow.
Pepe stepping up.
Yeah, he's in the box.
I think he did catch. I think it's a soft one, but I think he did hit the back of his foot. Like it went through the back of him. So.
Yeah, it kicked him on the back of his.
Yeah.
Pepe staring at the ball, runs up, shoots, goal! 1-0 Arsenal. Come on, get in there. I'll take that all day long. We've not been that great. 25 minutes gone. Like I said, Sheffield United have had the ball in the back of the net, ruled out for offside, and rightly so, it was offside. They had another great chance, but Arsenal just got a penalty. Pepe takes a penalty, bottom right-hand corner, and 1-0 Arsenal. What do you think of that, Stan?
I've not even seen the goal yet. I'm that far behind. He's just putting the ball on the spot now, Nicolas Pepe.
Sophie, what do you think of the penalty?
Decent penalty. He scored, didn't he? Did what he needed to do. I think Arsenal are fortunate to be ahead, obviously, because they had a goal disallowed earlier. But let's see if they can kick on and push now, because you saw in the last game, when you scored, you're likely to concede as well. So I think that's
ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. Honestly, if we just had an injury to Lacazette, everyone could have had a drinks break then. But he waits until...
I hate the drinks breaks.
He's waited until everyone's took their positions to take the re-kick-off, and now everyone's going for a drink.
That's a good penalty, though. It's a good penalty, that.
I mean, look, without being funny, I know it's hot. I know they've only just come back, but marathon runners run for 26 miles non-stop. They pick up a drink when they're going along. Do you know what I mean? Why can't they just do that when it goes out for a throw-in? Just have all the drinks lined up on the touchline.
I don't get the drinks breaks. Like
Right. He's just stepping up to take the penalty here. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Thank you, Doug.
Nice penalty.
Thanks, Doug.
Robert said, Soph, disappointed.
I am. Still time though. Still plenty of time.
Sophie, do you think it was a pen?
I think it's a soft one, but I do think by letting the law, I think he went through the back of him to try and get the ball and he caught the back of his heel. So yeah, I'd probably say it was, but it's a soft one, definitely.
Well, we're just about to restart now. Obviously, 27 minutes gone. Arsenal 1-0. Let's hope this Spurs us on to get a couple more goals, because we can't sit back on this lead, because that won't go down well at all. Now, Sheffield United have got a free kick about 30 yards out.
Where's all the players going? No,
Drink.
Is that a drink break then, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't know about that, Tristy's banter, but thank you very much. I think Sophie and Stan are much better than me, but there you go. But Sheffield United have got a free kick here, about 30 yards out of Arsenal's goal. And it looks like Norwood is stepping up to take this free kick. Is he going to go straight for a shot, or is he going to chip it into the box?
Norwood's quite good at set pieces, isn't he?
You've got Nordstrom with him now, so there's a couple come over and wanting to take the free kick. The Dugout Football Channel, everyone go and give him a follow. He's took the free kick straight into the wall. He's put the drinks break. It's so disruptive. Would be only good if it was really hot.
It's like a timeout, isn't it? In a basketball game or something like that. That's what it reminds me of.
David says, Guna get to finals, another walkover for City. You never know on a day. David.
United Arsenal final could be.
Oh, that'd be great. We'd have to do a watch along for that, Soph.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Anthony, what do you think of the lineup, and will we win? Lacazette into Pepe, shoots! Oh, great save by Henderson. Great save. Puts it wide of the post for a corner for Arsenal.
I think Henderson's quality.
Yeah. No, it's a great save. Lacazette to Pepe, shoots more or less the same spot as the penalty, but Henderson saves and puts it round the post. Pepe looks like he's coming over to take the corner this time. Anthony says, what do you think of the lineup, and will we win, Stan?
The lineup, I'm not too sure about, to be honest, because as you've been saying, that back five was just not for me at all. And having David Luiz around the squad is always a worry. Will we win? Again, with David Luiz in the squad, who knows? We're 1-0 up, right?
Unlucky. Sorry, Stan.
While we're sitting on a 1-0, I'm not going to feel safe until we can get a second goal and make it more secure, because we've seen what we can do when we're 1-0 ahead, right? We can just throw it all away. So
exactly, he said. Exactly. I don't understand that, mate. He said, why don't they have a drinks break when Lacazette was injured? I don't understand that. They should have done.
That was a perfect time, isn't it?
Oh, Sheffield United have got a Fleck has brought down Lacazette, and Fleck has been booked just past the halfway line in Sheffield United's half. He's brought Lacazette down, and it's a well-deserved yellow card. So Arsenal on the attack here again.
Arsenal on the front foot now. Sheffield looks all over the place.
Now, so hopefully, which should spur you on getting a goal.
Good shot, Pepe. Not bad.
Jack, how you doing, mate? He says, Till, I was say to you about Martinez, much better keeper than Leno. He started 3 attacks already. Yeah, I mean, he looked really good.
Good.
He does look good.
Do you think there's any possibility that he could keep Leno out if his form is that good? Do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, if he performs well, do you know what I mean? He shouldn't just get. I don't think any player should just come straight back into a team, to be honest.
I think, to be fair, Leno's been your best player this season, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
hasn't
sure.
he?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's hard to just drop him, isn't it? But he'd have to earn his right to get back in, definitely. Martinez keeps playing the way he is.
Corner on the left-hand side here for Arsenal. Pepe taking it. Cross comes in. Oh, there's no one in the middle. There's no one in the middle at all. But now it's just gone back to the halfway line. Tierney, Maitland-Niles starting the attack off again. Oh, he slipped over and give the ball away. He says, why is he not in Scotland team, Fleck? Good player. He is a good player.
Yeah. He is. I'm sure he will be in the near future, to be honest with you. I think, like, Scotland, when you look at it, they've got McTominay, McGinn, Fleck. Like, they've got some decent players coming through, haven't they, really? Especially in the midfield.
We've got,
Robertson as well.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot of love coming for Martinez in the chat. Martinez, Lone Star London, saying Martinez has really impressed me. James saying distribution is great. Twisted Bamper is saying it's better with his feet and likes a long ball. Tierney on the left-hand side, crossing it in. Willock, oh, unlucky. Sheffield United have just got it out, but it's Tierney on the left.
Sheffield don't look settled at all.
Box, dribbling in. Oh. And Sheffield United get it away. Oh, yes. Good throw-in. Tierney won a throw-in right on the corner flag, basically. Still on the attack. Let's see where this goes. Come on, Tierney. Oh, we've got an injury. Looks like an injury to the Sheffield United player. Looks like, yeah, he looks like his shoulder. He looks like he's going to have to come off. I don't know if he's dislocated it. By the way, it looks like it's down. Oh, it was a tackle with Willock. He's gone down on his arm, and I think he might have jarred it from his elbow and his arm.
Tony said there as well. Billy Gilmore as well. He's another one, young, up and coming for Scotland. Great talent.
Oh, he looked fantastic. Great ball the other night. What he done for Chelsea.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I like the look of him. Looks like a real player.
Dugout Football says, problem is our centre-backs are absolutely awful and forward line is not great, but totally agree with Sophie. Our midfield for Scotland is looking great. Gilmore, one to watch too.
My great-granddad played for Scotland.
Yeah.
Bill, you've got a load of bloody ancestors.
It's the same one that played for Newcastle. It's the same one. And he played for Scotland the first time they ever beat England at Hampden Park.
I can't understand this. They're bringing the stretcher out for him. It's his shoulder. What do they need a stretcher for? He can walk. What is that? Honestly, I can't believe this. They
airlifted him off of the pitch by helicopter.
Ridiculous, honestly. Oh no, he is walking off. It looks like he's dislocated it because he's got his arm in like a sling. But he is walking off now. So Lundstrom has come off and Berg is coming on for Sheffield United. 35 minutes gone. Sheffield United had the ball in the back of the net, but it was offside, disallowed for offside. They had another great chance just after that when they should have scored. But Arsenal got back into this game 1-0 with a penalty for Pepe. Put it bottom right-hand corner. Great goal. It's been a bit disrupted for the last 10 minutes with a couple of injuries, hasn't it, Soph?
It has, but I think Arsenal, you'd say, are on top now. Like, since that goal in particular, like the pushing, Sheffield look a bit all over the place. And I think Lundstrom going off is going to be a big loss because he's been one of their main guys this season.
Yeah. Alex says, got Matoney, Billy Gilmore and Kieran Tierney are all going to be important players for Scotland. Definitely without that. And they're all young, which is lovely.
Yep.
Nice.
Maybe Scotland will qualify for a World Cup. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has indeed. Sheffield United on the attack here, just outside the Arsenal box. But Arsenal defended it well, and Maitland-Niles clears it. EZ Scotty says, Doug, do you think Tierney centre-back? No way. Can't be centre-back. No back. No way. Left back. Doug says, Scotty, no, Tierney is not a centre-back.
Yeah, I don't like it when our left backs get Monreal'd into the centre back.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of Arsene Wenger too much.
Oh, don't even start, please.
Round pegs, square.
Giving the ball away here. Sheffield United inside the box. Oh, well defended, making the nose, but Sheffield United still got a chance. Oh, what's happened here? Oh my God, clash of heads here. Willock and I don't know who's gone down. Clash of heads.
It makes a change seeing one of the opposition get injured instead of one of our players.
Well, yeah, but Willock standing. Let's have a look at this. Willock.
Oh, Willock's down now, is he?
Oh, bloody hell. That is bad. That's bad.
I've not got to that.
Oh, God. That is quite bad, that.
Not got to that.
That is really bad. It's just basically, I mean, it's no one's fault, but they're just basically running into each other with heads. Heads first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh. We're both down at the moment. I don't know if Willock's going to be able to carry on here.
I hope they're both okay. It's the angle they hit each other at as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
The heads down, like.
Sheffield United player is getting. Is that McGinn? What's his name?
McBurney, yeah.
McBurney, yeah. He's up. McBurney's up.
I think it was more his chest that hit Willock, wasn't it? You know, hit him with his body as well. Was he eye as well?
His eye socket because he's holding it. But Willock is sitting up now. He's just sitting up. They're just asking. I don't know if they're advising him if he can play on or what. But
it's just
he's struggling to sit up though, isn't he?
So
he's up. Yeah, he's up and he's going to carry on. Thank God for that for both players, to be honest, because that looked nasty. He said right back. I think Pitty, Robinson, and Tierney both left backs. Yeah, it is a shame because they would be brilliant as full backs. Thunder Orc says best wishes to both players. Exactly, but they're both up now, and it looks like they're both going to carry on. So hopefully, Aaron said who scored the goal? It was Pepe with a penalty, bottom right hand corner. Bit of a soft penalty, really, I think. But like Sophie said, I think he was just caught on his foot, but he went down quite easy, Lacazette. But you know, you get some and you lose some, so we'll take it. And we're back underway now. Tierney. Saka to Xhaka. We're back on attack. Willock is going through. Oh, that's unlucky. But Sheffield United got the ball. It's a free kick here. Sheffield United just inside their half.
All I'm saying this game is I wouldn't fully trust both defences. Like I think when both teams are on the attack, like you're capable of scoring. Like Sheffield don't look the best at the back, and likewise with Arsenal, like it feels like quite an open game.
I just got a clip here. It's like the two people standing at the side of the pitch holding the stretcher.
Yeah, I know.
And the way they were dressed, they look like a couple of morticians, like the guy was dead already.
We cleared it. Lone Star says, Sophie, do you think Paul Scholes' commentary should be a prescription for insomnia?
Oh, it's terrible.
I think no, he's not the most listening to him. It's not the most thrilling, is he? But I just love Paul Scholes, man. Like. If he's my idol, as you know, like I think he's a quality player, and I could just listen to him for his experience. Like, just imagine like playing with some of the players he's played with, and Zidane's remarking that you're the best player like he's played against ever. Like, it's crazy. Like, I just love Paul Scholes, but yeah, it's not. They got the most thrilling voice, I would say.
I like Roy Keane. I love
Roy Keane. Savage.
Not even for when he gets angry. I like it when he's like shocked and he does like like the high pitched voice that he does. He goes, "What are they doing there? What are they doing there?"
That was a good impression. I like that.
No, I think he's brilliant, to be honest, and I think most of the things he says are always right, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't.
The way he puts it across, isn't it? It's just,
he doesn't soft soap it. He just comes straight out and tells you.
Yeah, it's just super aggressive, no filter. Just comes out with it.
Do you know what? I think the best role for him would be perfect, because I think this is what is missing with Sky Sports and all the Willock. Oh, Shaka still got the ball. Maitland Niles. Well, we're playing about it on halfway line now. But the best role for him that I'd like to see him in is to be a reporter and actually ask the managers, right? Because he would ask them the questions that we want to know. What was rubbish? Like, did you see it or whatever? Why did you do this? And why didn't you play him? And you know what I mean? Exactly what a fan wants to know.
Could you imagine Roy Keane grilling Unai Emery? What the fuck are you doing there in the first half? What the fuck?
Why have you chose David Luiz? I mean, he is shit. You know what I mean?
I imagine him talking about David Luiz, like.
Oh God, you know what I mean? If I had
proper lay into him.
If I had him in the dressing room, Corey, he wouldn't have been coming out. That's what he would have said. He would have laid him out.
I wouldn't have played for Roy Keane if I was a footballer. I wouldn't have played for him. I'd be too scared to even turn up. I'd just stay at home.
Terrifying.
Alex has said Michael Owen is the worst commentator. He only states the bleeding obvious.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, he's terrible.
McManaman for me. Can't listen to him. Cannot listen to him.
Yeah. Maitland Niles inside the box, crosses it over. Oh, Henderson's fluffed it. Oh, Saka. But it comes back. And he just outside the box. Shoots. Oh, just pass on a post on the left-hand side. Unlucky there by Arsenal.
On the I watch a football over here in Canada. On the game where Liverpool were announced the winners, after the Chelsea and City game, they had Michael Owen in the studio, right? And you think it's been 30 years since his team's won, and he was just the same. It was like, I think it's a great achievement that you've gone out there, and Jurgen. And I was like, be excited, man.
Exactly. Look, gone past two players just over the halfway line, plays it to Saka on the left. Saka back into Willock. Oh, it was unlucky.
So, do you have a channel?
What's that, sorry?
Do you have a channel? Do you have like a Man United?
I do, yeah. Yeah, hairdryer treatment.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good. I'm enjoying it. I know football's back and we can actually talk about it again rather than find stuff to talk about. Like, I'm really enjoying it.
Do you ever do any stuff with the other guy from, is it Mark Goldbridge, the other guy?
Yeah, I go on the United stand on the fan cams quite a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always grateful to go on there.
Strings has said, good to have you back into the chat, Strings. He says, missed the first half. How's Arsenal been? To be honest, Sheffield United just had a shot straight at Martinez. We started off pretty slow, to be honest. Couple of mistakes. Sheffield United had a corner. They scored from the corner, but it was offside. He was right call. It was offside. Sorry, Stan?
So I was just looking at a save there. Sorry. Forgive me.
That's all right, mate. They scored a goal, Strings, but it was offside. Willock, great ball over on the left to Tierney, just outside the box. Crosses it, pulls it back. Pepe! Oh, with the left foot, calls it round the post. Oh, we're coming on strong here late in the second half.
Yeah, you are.
Let's have another look at this replay. Great ball. Look at the space there, though. What is Sheffield? Where are the Sheffield United players?
Sheffield all over the shop. All over the shop.
He should have done better there, though, Soph.
Yeah.
But yeah,
on his left as well.
Sorry, Soph?
On his left as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's his favourite.
Better.
Done better, yeah. Yeah, String. So Sheffield United had the ball in the back of the net from a goal from a corner, but it was offside. They had another chance just after that, which they should have scored from. And then Arsenal come on strong after that. Sheffield United gone wide. And then Arsenal got a penalty, bit soft from Lacazette, mate, but we started to come on strong. Pepe scored the penalty, bottom right-hand corner. And now for the last sort of 5-6 minutes, we've been totally on top. We've had 2 or 3 chances, gone wide of the post. And it's just come up 7 minutes injury time in this first half.
7. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
back 5 strings.
To be fair, you don't want half time right now anyway. You're on the front foot to look like you could get a second. I don't think you really want half time right now anyway.
No, exactly. Good to see you back in the chat, Stephen. How you doing, mate? With your help, I've made it nearly to 100 subs. Thanks. Sophie, if you go on United Stand, can you ask Mark to shout out for liver awareness?
Of course, yeah. Of course I will, yeah. Thank you, Stephen.
Big up, Stephen.
Sheffield just haven't got going, have they, since the lockdown? Like, they've just been a shadow of themselves.
And we're on the attack again here. Saka to Willock on the left-hand side. This is where all the attacks are happening. That's a free kick to Arsenal. This is where all the attack is happening down Sheffield United left-hand side at the minute.
Yeah, it is. It's all coming from the left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you do a UFC last night, mate?
No, I didn't in the end, mate. I had a good drink instead. Sorry, I forgot all about it. I had a good drink. I got to go to work tonight, so I thought, why not?
Yeah.
No, I missed it. But Arsenal have got a dangerous free kick here. Couple of minutes into the 7 minutes of injury time. The free kick comes in. David Luiz. Wow. Goes for the shot with an header and it goes near the corner flag.
I wouldn't be surprised if he scores like an absolute screamer, though. And it gets in that like full sense of security where you think, you know what, actually, maybe it's different now. Maybe it's better. No. He's just David Luiz.
Green says, think Pepe going be top player, but he needs good players around him to get his full potential. Exactly, Strins. Exactly. If you can't do it all yourself. I keep saying this, and he's playing along, the likes of a few terrible players at the moment.
Awful players, mate. Awful.
Oh, ridiculous. Like Lone Star says, everyone, please up the likes. And don't forget to share and subscribe to all our channels. The Dugout says, do you all think the break come at the wrong time for Sheffield United?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They've lost their momentum, haven't they?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, they've been
absolutely. They're not going to get relegated, right? I mean, surely, when a lot of people saw them come up in the league, they had them earmarked to go straight back down. So they've done so well, right?
Yeah, I think when you look at it, look at the two different scenarios. Like Wolves, I think the break came at the perfect time because they've got like a small squad. Obviously, competing in Europe as well. I think it came at the perfect time for them because obviously they could burn out quite easily. And they've had that break and they've come back just as strong as they were just before it. So I think for them it's perfect. But for teams like Sheffield, small squad, obviously not competing in Europe, but that they never expected to be as high up as they are. And I think that Walder's done a fantastic job with them, to be honest with you. But I do think that break has definitely, like you say, halted their momentum. They're struggling to find their feet again now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the group, mate. I've not seen you in the chat before. Thanks for popping over. Free defence system not ever going to work for us. Totally agree with you.
No.
Totally agree. Tierney's just got a knock on the head, so it's going to be another couple of minutes injury time here. Probably looking at still 5 minutes injury time. Game's just going to get started. You talked about Paul Scholes there being your idol, Soph.
Yeah.
I'm interested to get your view on this because I'm sure it was last year. Pepe just inside the box. He's running through. Oh. No, he's give a free kick to Sheffield United. So I want to get your view on this because I think it was last year when Man United, it might have been the year before that, to be honest. I can't remember when it was. But he said that the player that Man United should go all out for was Ozil.
You know what? Ozil at Real Madrid, though. Ozil at Real Madrid, though. You look at him; it was quality, wasn't he? And he came to Arsenal, and to be fair, early on in his career,
shoot! Oh, David Luiz! Oh, yeah, that was lucky. He nearly come off.
I think Ozil's got a bit like Pogba. Ozil's got so much talent and potential. Yeah. You see that in him, but for me, he's one of these players. Like I say, just disappears far too often. Like you think, is he even playing? Like he's far too comfortable just hiding. Whereas you want players like that to get the game by the scruff of the neck, and Ozil just doesn't seem to have that mindset for me. And you guys see more of him, so you might be able to tell me otherwise. But
2 words to describe Ozil: spent force.
Yeah,
it's finished. It's over. Or another lazy bastard. Take your pick.
Well, for me,
I think his time seems up though. I think at Arsenal his time is running out, isn't it?
Without a shadow of a doubt. I'm a big Ozil fan.
It just annoys me that at any opportunity, though, like we can all see that he's not interested. We can all, we all know the amount of money that he's picking up, which is draining our resources. But the most annoying thing for me is it's sort of like every 5 minutes he'll just put out a story saying, "I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here." And it's like, we know, mate. We know. Just pipe down and be quiet and leave us. Yeah.
Play football. That's all you want to do. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know what it is? It reminds me of Winston Bogarde at Chelsea. Do you remember when he just refused to leave Chelsea and he was just sat in their reserves for like 3 years, picking up his 40, 50 grand a week, which back then was a lot of dough, right?
Like Rodwell at Sunderland.
Oh, what a ball by Martinez and unlucky by Tierney. I'll tell you what. Picking up on what everyone's saying in the chat about Martinez, that's another cracking ball. Absolute brilliant ball from basically his own area, kicks it over the halfway line to Tierney to get us on the attack straight away. That was brilliant.
So why is it that, say for example, before we invested in Leno and we were looking for a keeper, why was that overlooked? Why was he never? I'm getting at, why did no one on the coaching team say, you know what, Remy might be ready to take a step up?
Yeah.
But he's certainly done well since he's been put in anyway. Like, it doesn't look phased at all.
No.
That is a great ball. I've just seen
it a week ago, right? There was like stories being kicked about that we were looking at Joe Hart or Claudio Bravo. I mean,
I saw that.
Fuck, do you know what I
mean? Yeah. Just quickly, it's half time here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 1. Sheffield United started off quite brightly, to be honest, in the first sort of 5-10 minutes. Had the ball in the back of the net, ruled offside, rightly so. And they had another great chance after that, which they should have scored, but we plugged on. Pepe got Lacazette got a penalty for Arsenal. Pepe stood up, took the penalty, put it bottom right-hand corner, make it 1-0 for Arsenal. And since then, really, we've had a few chances and been the better team. How would you sum up the first half, Sophie?
Yeah, I think Sheffield obviously had that early goal disallowed. I think they started well. But then after that, I think they've kind of just faded out. I think Arsenal grew into the game, and you look like you're going to go on and get a second now, to be honest. I think half-time probably came at a bad time for you, maybe a good time for Sheffield, so Wilder can have a word for them. But definitely they look a shadow of the team they were before the break.
Yeah. Stan?
Yeah, I'd agree with it. What you both said there. The only thing that I would add is, from a personal standpoint for me, I'm just not going to be comfortable no matter how good we look in the game. I'm never going to be comfortable until we get that second goal because it's fucking hard, right?
Dodge the score, isn't it? 1-0, dodgy score.
There's nothing that's off the cards with Arsenal, so.
No, we definitely need to come out and get an early second goal, and I think that will settle us down and hopefully get the third and make it game, set, and match, hopefully. And you never know, we'll be in there with Man United in the semi-final, so hopefully we can avoid each other and then get each other in the final. That'd be nice.
Worst thing that can happen is if they come out and they score an equaliser and our heads drop, which is which happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then we just give up.
Yeah. Lone Star says Ozil has won 3 FA Cups. Sammy says swap deal Ozil for Fernandes sounds fair to me. Scotty said Jones will be a brawler at Liverpool. He's class. Lone Star says that the Ozil excuses are ridiculous. Latest excuse: slight back strain. Next week, bruised ego. Look, at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, I'm a big Ozil fan, but it's no good for Arsenal now. Do you know what I mean? We need players that are going to play. You know what I mean? We've got a big injury list already again. We can't have someone who's on 350 grand a week. Granted, it's not his problem or his fault that he's on 350 grand a week, because if someone offered that to us, obviously we'd take it. Do you know what I mean? So that's not his fault, really, the wages. But we need a player that's going to play. Like Sophie said, I think Mesut Ozil at Real Madrid and even Germany, I think he is absolutely outstanding player. And it just goes to show, if you've got players around you that are fantastic, then that makes you a fantastic player and all, especially when you're in that team.
Question, Terry. So, do you think that Mikel Arteta, because he's our most expensive player and all of that, and, they say that he's our best player, not that I believe that, but do you think that he should be being played, or do you think if he is dicking about, do you think Arteta should be giving him a tough stance? Because me personally, I'm loving the tough stance bit. Do you know what I mean? I'm loving it that he's not even in the squad. I know it's a lot of money, but I'm at the stage now where it's like, if we may as well just pay him to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at? It'd be easier to pay him to say goodbye. And if they're not going to play him, then do that. Rather than not play him, have him sat at home playing Fortnite and paying him every week, just bin him off.
Yeah.
You might as well, right? If you're not happy with the guy and you don't want to play him, what's the point of keeping him in the background and still pay him? Pay him now. Or tell him to leave now, and we'll send you the money to your bank account each week.
Well,
Charlie
is agreeing with you, Stan. He says, I'm the same as Stan, doing my head in, hearing, say it, then waiting 2 minutes to see it. Don't know what he's saying there. Pay off Ozil and get him out of the club. So he's agreeing with you, Stan. Robert's saying Ozil gets paid millions a month. Even he holds his umbrella. Why would he care? Listen, 50k a day, Twisted Bambas saying ridiculous.
Good point. If I was earning that money, I'd have someone in my employment to hold that umbrella for me, I think.
But look, we can look at this. Listen, let me throw it out there another way. We could look at this both sides, really. Is it really his fault, though? Because if the board wanted to,
lazy bastard. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, if the board wanted to show ambition, do you know what I mean? Then just pay him up and get rid of him.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? We've got a board where they're so doolally. They'll beat him off and say, right, we don't want to see you anymore turning up at the training ground, but they'll still send him a check each week, rather than just like give him the lump sum and say, right, jog on. Do you know what I mean? They're so like weird like that.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Really, it should be our board saying, well, look, you're not playing when you're fit. If you know what I mean, the manager doesn't want you. So, you know what I mean? Let's just go our separate ways. I'm sorry. You go your way. So whose fault is it?
Yeah.
What would you say, Soph?
It's a bit of both, isn't it? I think Ozil, look, from the money he's on, like, he has a responsibility, obviously, to play for Arsenal and represent Arsenal, and I just don't think he's done that to the best of his ability. But then you look at the club and then they're offering like players like David Luiz a contract extension, and you're thinking, like, what direction is this club going in, really? Do you know what I mean? And I think Ozil is a bit like that as well, where he's obviously not good for the club. He's obviously not good for the club, and if someone's not beneficial, then you get rid of them, regardless of talent. And I've said the same about Paul Pogba at United. If he's not going to put his best performances out on the pitch and he's not going to represent the club like you want him to, what's the point in keeping someone just in the background?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I think I completely agree. Like I said, with Pogba, I hope that he proves me wrong. I hope that he performs and he plays well. And I think since his lockdown, he has been performing for us. He's been great, and I've predicted that with Bruno coming in, we get the best out of Paul Pogba, and I'm hoping to see that. But if he's just going to flirt with other teams and he's just going to, like you say, sit and play Fortnite at home and not actually represent the club, then why are you keeping him there? Just because he's a big name? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think it also sends out a bad message to some of those players that are coming up. They're looking at all of this situation, and they, you know, it's subconsciously in their background. It's being registered that you can get away with this kind of shit if you really want to. Do you know what I mean? And Arsenal would just roll over, you know what I mean, and let you tickle their tummy. That's what it comes across like. So
Alexis Sanchez for us now, ironically, like, we've got a similar situation with him. Like, what do we do now? Because his wages are so high. Like, who's going to pay that wage to have him? Joe, and it's a very similar situation with what we've got there with him as well. And of course, like, I'll be saying get rid. But I think it's really similar with what's happening.
No, you don't get rid.
I'm glad. Wow, please, Sophie, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I'd forgotten all about Mr. Sanchez going.
I haven't.
Listen, thank you very much. I really appreciated you taking him off of our hands. So thank you for that.
I'd like to say you're welcome, but it was a pleasure.
It just goes to show you, Stan, really, when we look outside of the box, because we think it's just Arsenal that does it, but all the teams do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, good point. I mean, the Ozil, for me, the Ozil thing, he's the worst player that I've ever seen at Arsenal because of the way that we've handled his contract. I don't mean skill-wise, but it's the worst signing. And I suppose, I mean, so the Alexis Sanchez, how would you sum up that situation for you? Like, you know, was you glad when you just, you know, when it came out that you were going to take him off of us? Because I honestly felt that his form had fallen off a cliff before we even sold him. And I think a lot of people were thinking, has his form fallen off a cliff just because he doesn't want to be at Arsenal? And when he goes to get the move he wants, he's gonna turn it on again. But that's not happened, is it?
No, I think I was kind of hoping that. I was thinking that he hadn't been at his best at Arsenal, but I was kind of, obviously there's a lot of rumours about he was going to be leaving, And I was hoping that he just was unsettled, and that once he was settled, you get the best out of him again. And I was buzzing, to be honest, with signing Sanchez. I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, I was excited because whenever I watched Arsenal, he was always the guy for me who I wanted to watch. Like, I just thought he was quality for Arsenal. Like, he was the guy who was going to get the game by the scruff of the neck, and if something special was going to happen, 9 times out of 10 it came from Sanchez. So I was excited to get him, but I agree with you. When he came to us, he just didn't look the same player. I just think he's obviously got to a point in his career now where he can't just breeze past players the way that he did do, because he was an absolute machine, but he was quick as well. And he'd be able to just push players aside. And I think he lost that extra yard of pace. And then you're thinking, well, what else has he got in his game? And I think he really struggled at United. And obviously he's gone to Italy. And to be fair, he hasn't really lit the league up there as well. And it just tells me that he's a player now who's on that downturn in his career. But yeah, like, he's on stupid money, like the most expensive player. It's ridiculous.
Like 600 grand a week, in it, or something like that.
Yeah, so how are you going to get rid of a player like that? Do you know what I mean? And it's similar to the Ozil situation. Like, once you give a player that kind of contract, you're on the back foot immediately. But yeah, I was excited when we got him, and it's obvious that he's on that downturn in his career now.
Do you think the problem with Sanchez is that, you know, when he came to Arsenal and the time that he was with us, it always seemed that he was playing football. Even when he got to the summer, he'd go off and do stuff with his international side, right? He never ever looked to me that he got any rest. And do you think that is something that could have played a part in his downturn, and it's just caught up with him? And he's just,
of course
he's just properly jaded out, and he ain't got the legs anymore. Do you think that that's what it is?
Definitely, and I've heard stories as well that he's a bit like isolated. He's not really one of these, like, not a member of the team, but he likes to just distance himself. I think he was quite introverted, and I think that probably didn't help.
He'll walk into the canteen, and instead of going over to a table where there's a few of the lads, he'll go to a table and sit by himself.
Yeah, and I think that happened at United as well, and I just don't think he fully settled. But like I say, going to Italy, I was kind of hoping that he would be incredible there and think getting back, but he just hasn't lit that league up, and I just think it shows that he's on that downturn in his career now. And it might be a case, like you say, where he didn't get enough rest and it's kind of catching up with him now. Could well be.
Just before I put this comment up, I think, to be fair to Sanchez and all, is that Mourinho didn't play him right.
No.
Mourinho absolutely devastated him. I think with the role we put him in, to me, he didn't look like anything the player that or the way that we played him. And that's unusual for Arsenal, because we normally don't do that with players. We normally put them in the wrong position. But I think with Sanchez, we played him in the right position, whereas Man United was more or less making him play as a wing-back.
Yeah, I think Jose, like, we know that he's stuck in his ways, and that's the way that he wants us to play, and that's that. He's well drilled. But I think Sanchez, like, he'd get frustrated because he was the guy who was giving the ball away the most. He was giving the ball away the most because he was actually trying stuff, taking risks. But I think at that period at United, we had a squad where you could see we were terrified to take risks in our play. We were playing safe passes, sideways passes, and Sanchez doesn't really fit into that mould, does he? He likes to run, try. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't think he really suited Mourinho's style. But at the same time, I think that was the time where we were really poor going forwards as well. Like I say, we played too many safe sideways passes, and that also didn't help Sanchez.
I want to while we're on half time, because it's really early here, and I've not had anything to eat or drink here. Right? I'm just going to nip into the kitchen and put a round of toast in and water the plants and so forth. Right, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
No problem, Stan, mate. See you in a minute. Just before I ask you another question, Soph, I love this comment. No, sorry, it's gone. Where's it gone? Aaron said Arsenal took the absolute Mkhitaryan with that deal. That's Suarez deal. I don't know if we got a better deal out of that, to be honest, Aaron. I really don't. But I
think that was a fair deal in the sense that both of us, we didn't get what we were expecting. I think Mkhitaryan, when you saw him at Dortmund, like, he was tearing that league up. Like, he was literally tearing the league up and moved to the Premier League, and it just never really kicked on for it, did it? So I think we got a fair deal in the sense that it failed on both ends.
Right, as you know, we've got a split on our team, me, Diesel and Claude, with Mourinho, and you've had him as a manager. So let's get your point of view of when he was a manager for yous. Did you like him? Did you like his tactics? Did you like the way that Man United play? And do you think he is a good manager?
I think he's one of them people, he's like Marmite, you either love him or you hate him. I've always loved Jose, but when he was obviously at Chelsea and stuff, secretly you admired him because he talks a lot of crap, don't get me wrong, but he's just like, psychologically, he gets into other managers' heads, and I do think he's a good manager. What I will say is that I feel that his tactics are very much stuck back in the day, and I think that he needs to move with the times, and I think that shows at Spurs. But in terms of him being a manager,
My bell again. Sorry. Go on, Sophie.
sorry. In terms of him being a manager, I think he's a good manager. However, I do think he needs to mix it up a bit. I think he's got found out in playing those defensive, old school tactics, and he needs to move with the times a bit. Like his style of football is not good, and I think that continued at Spurs as well. But yeah, I like Jose Mourinho. I think he's one of them characters you either love him or you hate him. When we got him, I think it was the wrong time to get Jose Mourinho in at United. But at the same time, I was happy that he had a chance to take over at United because I just like the guy. He's just a winner. He's one of them people who's just a born, natural, instilled winner. But yeah, his football is outdated, definitely.
That's exactly why I didn't personally want him. I think his football's outdated now. I think his tactics are outdated.
I think though, if you think about him coming to Arsenal, there's definitely a mentality issue there. So I think that Mourinho coming in, at least the least he would bring is that winner mentality. Do you know what I mean? And instill some resilience, because I think that's what you lack at Arsenal at the minute.
I think personally, if he would have come to Arsenal, I think he would have. I think it would have been too disruptive. I mean, because at the moment, with our squad, it is totally crap. And I think he would have told the board that, which rightly so, but he wouldn't have been backed because no manager's been backed by the Arsenal board at the moment. So just because he's Jose Mourinho doesn't mean he's a god, if you know what I mean. You can't legislate for players the way they play, like David Luiz against Man City. Do you know what I mean? So I think it would have been an absolute disruption. I think it would have been an explosion in Arsenal, which we do need. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we don't need that. We do need that. We need to get rid of about 3/4 of our team. But I just think he would have gone about in a really bad way for Arsenal. I really do.
Look at the relationship between Pogba and Jose Mourinho, how that broke down. Just imagine if he came in and what would happen with Ozil. It'd be exactly the same thing. Ozil would not cope with a manager like Jose Mourinho because he's very much, we know he's old school, he's old fashioned, but at the same time, he doesn't take any shit. He's not the kind of bloke who's going to put an arm around a player. Do you know what I mean? And there's certain players who'd have snowflakes in nowadays. Do you know what I mean? You can't be spoken to like that. There's a way of managing certain players, and I don't think Jose changes for certain players.
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, we're just kicked off in the second half. Sheffield United has started quite well. Ball comes across, but Mustafi kicks it out. So yeah, it's Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 1. Second half just started. No substitutions. Teams still as they are. Let's hope that Arsenal can get an early goal and then put this game to bed and join Man United in the semi-finals, because that would be nice.
The United Arsenal final would be good though.
When was the last? That was a few years ago now, isn't it? Arsenal, Man U.
Yeah.
No, it'd be good. It would definitely be good. It'd be interesting. I'd like to say that we'd beat yous quite easy, but I don't think that'd happen. What would you say the score would be? Or how do you think the game would go if it was now the final Arsenal Man?
You know what? It's hard, isn't it? Because you know what it's like in a final. Form goes out the window. Like regardless of whether you've been playing in the league or what you played at last game, it doesn't matter because the final is a final. You treat it separately, and we know that United against Arsenal, like it's a massive game. Like players should be getting up for them games. So based on just quality of player, I would like to think that we would just edge it. But like I say, I think it's one of them games where it's hard to predict. I don't think any team is going to get battered. I think it's going to be really tight. So I'd like to say maybe a 2-1 prediction for me, but I think it'd be tight.
To Arsenal, yeah?
No, to United.
David
Luiz 2 on goals.
That wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, Sophie, anyway. So he said Sophie, Klopp would put an arm round Ozil and Pogba.
Exactly, yeah. Different, yeah. But Klopp's got that ruthless side to him as well, which is what makes him a great manager. Like you've seen him absolutely bollock players as well. He's got that side to him.
Yeah. Angry Rexicans put football has passed Jose Mourinho by, or shots Spurs appointed him as he needs a large, loose checkbook. Exactly. I don't get what. I mean, I know what he's done in the past is fantastic. I really do, but I just think he's past it now. He's in that sort of category with, unfortunately for me, Ancelotti and them sort of managers now. They've had their time for me. That's it. It's time to move on now. Yeah,
I think. What would you say then? Obviously, got Arteta at the minute, but say if Arteta was sacked or he left, or like who would be your ideal manager then? No.
That's a good question, Soph, because I mean, obviously a Klopp, but that would never happen. He's at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
Because my dad's a massive Wolves fan, and he talks about the Arsenal rumours quite a lot. Nuno was linked to Arsenal. Would you take him? Firstly, do you think he would go? To be fair, because what he's building at Wolves is something mad as well, isn't it? Special.
Exactly. I mean, see, this is what I don't understand to a certain extent. Obviously, he's a fantastic Sheffield United with a corner. Oh, David Luiz cleared it the right way for a change. He's cleared it out, but Sheffield United are still on the attack. Ball comes into the box, far post. Martinez, well done, Martinez. He palms it away to Pepe, and now we hopefully start an attack. But
Sheffield have started bright again now, like they did in the first half.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, he is a great manager, Nunes. But everyone keeps saying we need an experienced manager. Now, experienced manager, right? The way I'm assuming that Arsenal fans are saying is that we need a proven, experienced manager that's won trophies. Do you know what I mean? That's going to come in this team and completely change us around. So that's what I'm assuming that they mean. Because let's be honest, what has he won? I mean, he's done a great job at Wolves. Don't get me wrong. He could come in and do a great job for Arsenal, but would he win us Finns?
I think it's his style of football, and like I say, Wolves, Leicester, them teams, their recruitment's been class. Like every player, it's very rare they miss on their signings, and I think Nuno's done that. They're known as Portugal FC. Someone's just put it in the chat. Football Crucial put it in the chat there. Like they've got like a mould of player that they sign, and like I say, like most of their signings have been superb. And I just think that Nuno at Wolves has done fantastic. And just imagine if he had like, I was like to say the funds at Arsenal, but I don't think there's much difference between the two clubs at the minute. To be fair, in terms of Wolves, I can't see him leaving Wolves to go to Arsenal.
No.
Whoever if he went to Arsenal, I think he would be successful. But I just can't see him making that switch. I don't see why he would need to.
No, exactly. I don't think he needs to at the moment. But for me, I really like Arteta. I really do. I like his philosophy. I like the way he talks. I like the way that he's been under Pep for 3 years. He hasn't just been sitting there doing nothing. You know what I mean? If you've been under him for 3 years, you've definitely learned something in my eye. So
I like Arteta. I actually do like Arteta. I think that it is a decent, obviously young manager, a decent experience of working with Pep Guardiola. I think it's just more of a case of he hasn't got a lot to work with right now, to be fair. Like, he has got no quality to work with, really.
No, that's all I've been saying. Just give him time. Give him, a transfer window to at least get, hopefully, 3, maybe 4 decent class players in, as well as what we've got now with the young talent like Saka, and Martinelli, Pepe. You know what I mean? All these players, Tierney. Do you know what I mean? There's 4 or 5, maybe 6 young players at Arsenal that could turn out to be fantastic for us. If we can get another 4 or 5 players that are really good, really strong, really experienced, then you've got a half decent team there to go and challenge.
Yeah, I agree.
But we've got to give.
I've said from the outside looking in, as a United fan looking at that Arsenal squad, I'd probably say there's 4 or 5 players I'll keep, if that.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say Martinelli I would keep, Saka I would keep, Tierney I would keep.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably say Aubameyang would be the other one.
Yeah.
Like there's a handful of players I would keep. I think there's a major overhaul that's needed at Arsenal at the minute.
Holding.
You never guess what. You never guess what.
Holding. I'd keep Torreira.
It's never a good thing, but unfortunately, David Luiz has gone down injured, and Holding's got to come on. Come on. Thank God for that. Listen, you know what I mean? I don't mean that in an horrible way, but
yes, you do.
Hopefully he's out for the season. I don't mean that horribly, and Holding will stay in there because that now, you know what I mean? Strongers up the defence massively for me.
Yeah.
And he might even go to a 4-4-2 now. Now he's bringing Holding on because we haven't got to accommodate David Luiz.
No, Holding for me, I think he's a lot more assured at the back. I think if I'm in the midfield, for example, and I've got Holding behind me, I'd feel far more assured than if I had David Luiz behind me. But it's awkward though, isn't it, when you're making a change midway through? Because I'm guessing Arteta has worked on this back line for this game. Just whether Holding is fitting up for it.
No, I think.
What did he do?
He's bringing
He
on.
twisted it.
I think he's gone over. Yeah, just gone over on his ankle a little bit. But David Luiz is off. Holding's come in. Hopefully, he changes the formation now because we've got Kosniak who can play at left back. We've got Tierney who can play at left back, and one of them can play on the wing. So why not go for it? This should change our formation, go more attacking, and let's get this second goal and get this game over and done with.
Yep.
He's just walking down. Oh, no, he ain't. He's walking to the bench and that. He looks in a bit of pain, but I mean, that's the best substitution so far for me. Don't know about you, Stan.
Yeah, I've just got to the good bit now where David Luiz is about to go off.
Pepe with a free kick inside the box, but Sheffield United get it out. Still in a dangerous position. Willock out on this left-hand side. Saka. No, still got it. Willock charging down the left. Got a couple of players around him now, though, but comes backwards. Kosniak goes back to Tierney. Tierney right back now to Holding, unfortunately. Football Crew Show says, which past Arsenal centre-backs would bring back for David Luiz? Tony Adams or Martin Keown? Oh, that's quite a nice question, Football Crew Show, because obviously Tony Adams is a fantastic captain. He would get these players into shape, hopefully, but there's some crap in there, so I don't know how we would do that. But
that might laugh though, because you literally just said you'd take Phil Jones over David Luiz. So like anybody.
Exactly. But Martin Keown is an absolute beast. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't take shit from anybody. And he'll show these defenders what you're supposed to do, how to get into these players. You know what I mean? Elbow them and push them out of the way and jump on top of them like Van Nistelrooy did with that penalty. Do you know what I mean? So that'd be brilliant. But either one of them two, I'll take either one, to be honest. But I don't know about you, Stan.
Oh, either one. Ugh. Either one would walk into this team, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Definitely.
There's a few people mentioning Lovren in the chat as well. So you can have Lovren.
Oh, God. Yeah. Imagine that. Lovren, David Luiz and Phil Jones. What a back three that would be, eh? Oh, my God.
Calamity Central.
Oh, Stan, it won't surprise me if it happens next season.
Don't say that, Terry. Come
on. Nicole, United, Stan says, hey, long time no see, Sophie.
Love that, Nicole. Love that.
We're playing out from the back here.
This might be interesting for your channel, actually. Nicole will appreciate this. So on my channel earlier, I thought Sheffield had scored then. What happened then when he benched over the net?
It was a goal kick, and I think he went straight down, bounced
all the way through. Yeah, I looked back and thought, what's going on? Yeah, we were comparing United to a chocolate bar. So we were saying like, what would United be? And in the end, we decided on a bag of Rebels because you never know what quite you're going to get. So that's what we went for. But if you were going to compare Arsenal to being a chocolate bar, what would you say?
Oh God,
Ooh, chocolate bar.
It's going to have to a chocolate bar. Or can it
just
be
chocolate in general? It's hard. So first I was saying like a dairy milk.
Oh my! That's handball. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, it was offside. It was offside. Thank God for that. Oh my God!
Get me excited then. I was thinking, what penalty Sheffield? What?
Yeah, it was. Well, I think we would have done. It was offside. Let's have a look here. Free kick comes in for Sheffield United. Oh, there's 1, 2. There's 3 players offside, but. He shoots. Martinez. Oh, saved it. And that would have been a penalty. It come off of Holding's hand. He saved it on his hand.
See, if I was thinking of a chocolate for Arsenal, it's going to sound really bitter here now, isn't it? But I'd probably say, remember the dipped flakes they used to have and they used to call them snowflakes?
Yeah. Snowflakes.
That would be mine for Arsenal, I think, at the minute. Because you don't seem to have that steel, that character.
I'm trying to think of a chocolate that's got a really soft centre.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was trying to go for. That was it.
I would have to go for something
maybe
like...
an after 8.
A what?
After 8.
They got that really soft centre, ain't they?
Yeah. I I like an after 8, so they're all right. No, I'd have to go for something like bag of M&Ms, I think, because you never know which colour or which one you're going to get. Do you know what I mean? So, and you never know what team we're going to play, what team is going to put out, what performance we're going to do. So I'll probably go for something like that, personally.
Yeah, it's quite interesting on our channel earlier. I've seen like suggestions, like a few people saying like a box of chocolates, so you got like a variety in there. But yeah, it's interesting.
Lone Star's gone for a flake. Gus has gone for a Freddo.
15p.
15 defence. That's about right, Gus. You're right, mate. You're right. Lone Star said Sophie Arsenal flake. He's saying Lico's going Whisper Gold.
That's soft in the centre.
Flake, Whisper Gold. Lovely. Everyone's you're talking about DJ for a wagon wheel.
I like wagon wheels.
But they're not the same nowadays, though, are they? You know what I mean? They're only about that big now. They used to be massive when we was a kid.
The ones with the jam in it. The ones with the jam were the ones for me.
Yeah.
But were they that big, though, Terry? Because we were smaller and they look bigger.
To be quite honest, Stan, I've not grown since I've been about 8, so it don't matter to me. Oh, Sheffield United had a chance there. Put it just wide of the post.
We've had a few chances the last few minutes, Sheffield.
Yeah, they're coming on strong at the moment, Sheffield. He's got.
But they had a spell like this in the first half, and then Arsenal went up the other end. Obviously, got the penalty. Like Arsenal are constantly a threat on the attack. So
Sheffield United.
They need to capitalise. They need to get a goal.
Oh, has he not even got it on target? Has he not got it on target?
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, that's terrible. Clear chance. Not even no pressure. We're playing out from the back again now and all. You look, oh my God, Oldings just passed it to Xhaka. It's much up, but well done. Well done, Xhaka. And now he's put Pepe on the attack on his right hand side.
Oh, yeah, should have scored that. Oh.
Pepe on the right, just inside the box. Pass it back. Xhaka, oh my God, he's gone down like he's been shot. Get up.
I love the fact that we're delayed, so we're listening to Terry first. And yeah.
I was still surprised that I had Terry.
Martinez. Well done, Martinez. Got out of his goal.
Terry said 3 words that I never thought I'd ever hear him say. Well done, Xhaka.
Well, it was well done, and then he went down like he'd been shot straight after. So you know what I mean? I shouldn't have never said well done in the first place, because that's what he does straight after.
Just seen that.
Ridiculous.
It's just so end to end now, though.
Yeah. Oh, great ball. My Maitland Knowles into Saka in the midfield. Saka to Lacazette. Lacazette over on this left-hand side. Tierney just inside the box. Shoots. Deflection off of. And Sheffield United clear it away. This has been good in the last 5 minutes. All Sheffield and now Arsenal coming back.
Yeah, they're having
end to end.
Yeah. Just like Stephen said, end to end, and loving this.
Do you think this suits you more or Sheffield, though, if it's like this?
I think it suits us, because I'd rather be down the other end.
You've got lots of obviously Pepe going the other way, and like I said, can bring Aubameyang on as well if you're playing counter-attacking.
Yeah. Freeman has just come off. Freeman's just come on for Baddock for Sheffield United. They just made a sub. Got a super chat here for Zane. How you doing, Zane? Hope you're well, mate. He said, Terry, did you hear Spurs are hiring trophies from United for their stadium tours and United using the funds to buy Sancho? It wouldn't surprise me.
To be fair, Woodward would probably be tempted by that deal.
And Tottenham would be tempted and all.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah's warming up here on the sidelines. He might be on in a minute. Tobias is warming up. I reckon another sort of 5 minutes here, start bringing substitution on. Arteta. But it's still 1-0 Arsenal.
It's mad. Like for us yesterday, we got 6 changes in the end, didn't we? 6 subs because we did the 5 and then get 1 more for extra time.
Yeah.
This could still go to extra time, don't forget. So obviously Sheffield score.
Yeah.
It was sloppy passes out from the back from Arsenal, though.
Nice. I don't know why we do that.
It's make you nervous.
We're doing it again, look.
I don't mind doing it. I just don't like it when we do it all of the time.
But look, Stan.
No variety.
He's just got the ball now. He's got the ball, and he's playing in a sweeper position. And this is what I mean. This is what invites people on. And this is what Emery used to do all the time in every single game. So if that's our midfielder that is on the goal line area, that's where our midfield is. That's how far deep we are. Do you know what I mean? That's how far deep we're playing.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible. Lone Star says, Sophie, thoughts on United yesterday? Norwich really played well.
We were rubbish, but we got the win. I think that's the best summary I can say is a win is a win. I think we were poor. I think you could tell a lot of players hadn't played for a long time. It also shows that we've got a lack of quality in our second string, if you'd like to say. But yeah, got the win. That's the main thing. I'm just hoping that we're not too tired for Tuesday. Now we've had to play extra time.
Yeah, didn't Anthony Martial get a hattie just a couple of games ago, though?
Yeah. Against Sheffield, actually.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
But like I mean, like I don't think it's coincidence he got a hat-trick the same game that Bruno and Pogba start together. Like,
there we go.
We look so good going forward.
Arsenal substitutions here on basically the 65th minute. Tobias and Eddie Nketiah is coming on. Let's see who comes off. It'll be interesting because I reckon the formation might change now. Xhaka, again, just get out of the box. Why are we doing this? For God's sakes.
With Sheffield, like you think, like winning the FA Cup for them, they'll want to win the FA Cup after the season they've had, like to still be in contention to go into the semi-final FA Cup. Still fighting for Europe as well.
Pepe crosses in the box. Oh, Sheffield United clear it. Comes out to Kozniak. Back over on this left to Tierney. Tierney back to Kozniak. Back to Tierney. Oh, great ball in. Oh, that was unlucky. Unlucky, Willock. That was unlucky. He tried to do a little back heel and get Lacazette in, but he wasn't reading that Lacazette. We still didn't make these substitutions yet. Sheffield United, long ball from the keeper from Henderson. Mustafi deals with it. Oh.
Tony says, bring Louise back on.
Here we go. Right, Tobias is coming on for Willock and Nketiah is coming on for Lacazette. Listen, for me, look, again, I think we should just get rid of Lacazette and go and get Partey. No money involved, straight swap. Atletico want him. I do like Lacazette, but he doesn't score goals for us. He doesn't. And that's what we bought him for. £50 million we paid for him to score goals. And
I think you see in flashes, even Aubameyang, I think they've got a good thing going. Like in flashes, you see that them two can link up. But yeah, I think he's been extremely under par, you'd say, at Arsenal. And for when you signed him, I actually thought, it's going to be a good signing, this guy. But he hasn't seemed to progress or push on, has he?
No. I mean, what's it say, Stan, if Eddie comes on and scores?
Exactly. It's not like he's not been given some chances. And I was really excited when we signed Lacazette. I was. But are his numbers any better than Olivier Giroud's? They're not.
No.
They're not. No. We might as well have somehow have kept Olivier for, a plan B, the way that we used to use him. Lacazette's just not putting up those numbers for the amount that we paid for him. So, unfortunately, I think it's time to change that around. And like you say, great swap of Partey.
Sheffield United inside the box here, comes back across, but we've just got it away. And
that's if Atletico Madrid are even still interested in him. Maybe they're looking at Lacazette and going, maybe we don't want him now, because he's not doing himself any favours.
Exactly. Lone Star, I really think Eddie will be a great player for us. Like I said, I think he's like a Gary Lineker. If we just told him to stay in between the two posts, he's such a natural goal scorer. It's unbelievable. I really do like him.
He was at Leeds for a bit. He scored a few off the bench, didn't he, at Leeds?
Yeah. Oh, that's a free kick. Yeah, free kick. Saka got a free kick here, about 35 yards out. Quick free kick by Tobias to Tierney on this left-hand side, just outside the box. Tierney goes down the wing, crosses it over. Oh, Xhaka, shoot. Oh, defender gets in the way. and Tierney gives a free kick away. That was unlucky there. What we got here? Tony says Giroud the man loves Baku. Unfortunately, he does. Lone Star Sophie, Tell, and I are big admirers of Pogba. Where do you stand with him?
Oh, I love Pogba. I just want to see the Paul Pogba that we all know he's capable of. But yeah, I think he's a great player. I'm just hoping that he can push on now. Now we've got better quality players around him. Hopefully we sign the likes of Sancho as well. And I just think that we'll get the best out of him with the more quality around him. He said in that France team, he plays quality for France, and it's obviously the fact that he's got a lot of players around him who understand him. But yeah, I am a fan of Pogba.
Do you think that he'll be in the starting lineup next season for United? So,
yeah, I do actually. I think,
yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why, but he just seems the last few weeks he just seems really happy and content at United. For the first time, I felt like I've never felt that Pogba felt content, but recently I don't know why. I just feel like I feel confident that he's content and he's happy now. Whether it's because we're getting more quality signings in, I do not know. I'm just hoping that his agent just kind of stays away. Do you know what I mean? His agent is the issue more so than Paul Pogba. But yeah, I do think he'll be there, and I'm hoping that, like I say, Sancho joins as well. That's another reason for Pogba to want to stay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you be shocked and disappointed if he was sold during the transfer window?
As long as we replace him and we invest, no. But we've seen in the past, obviously, we've sold big players and then never fully replaced him. You look what happened with Man City; they got rid of Company, never fully replaced it. I think that it leaves a big hole if we don't replace Paul Pogba. But yeah, I think we need a centre back. I think definitely a centre back to partner Harry Maguire. Like I say, a right winger, someone like Sancho. They would be my two priorities. If Pogba goes, then of course we'd need another midfielder.
Yeah. Tony Chelsea says, would it be an all London and all Manchester semi-final?
Looking that way at the minute.
What do you say to that, Stan?
Hopefully all London, because then we'll be there, right?
Well, David Luiz has got an ice pack on his knee. So it wasn't even his ankle, it was his knee then. I thought it was his ankle. But he's got an ice pack on his knee. So we just got back underway again from a drinks break, another drinks break. 70 minutes gone. Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 1. Once again, Sheffield United has started the second half really brightly, but Arsenal just started to come back into this game again. A bit like the first half, Soph.
I think that Sheffield, that they're obviously banging on the door, but they're not taking their chances. And they've had, 2 goals disallowed there, which is unfortunate. But you've got to capitalise when you're on top like that, especially against teams like Arsenal, because they're always going to be a threat on the attack.
Guna Stavila says, well, I think we already know this. Who is Sophie's all-time favourite Man United player?
Jemba. No, it's not. Paul Scholes.
I thought you were going to say Phil Jones.
No. Entertainment-wise, yeah, because you're just funny, but no.
I mean, come on. I mean, he must win trophies every year for his gurning face.
He's just a walking meme, isn't he? Like, Phil Jones is just a walking meme, bless him. I always think of that slow-mo against Wolves when he hit the floor when he was competing with Jimenez for that header. And the slow motion of his face when he's lifting back up is the funniest thing I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, just check it out. It's funny.
There are some good ones. I saw one. It was like
United, just outside the box.
A girl's handbag. But the way it looks, they've got the picture of him. It looks just like Phil Jones. The way the zips up his mouth.
Funny.
Arthur saying it will be a Man City Chelsea final.
Silence.
If you could pick now, it looks like Man United already through. Hopefully Arsenal through. Obviously City, Newcastle still got to play, and Chelsea, Leicester, Chelsea. Who would you say the final would be, Sophie, at the moment?
I would love to see a United Arsenal final. I would love to see an Arsenal United final, but Man City realistically, obviously, have not got the league anymore. You'd think they'll go all out really to get FA Cup, to get a trophy this season. So I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with. Maybe a United derby. That'd be a good final. But at the end of the day, look, you've got to beat the top teams to get to the final, haven't you? Regardless. So I think it depends how many changes you make to your team. I think if we go out with a lineup like we did yesterday, with that quality, we won't win it. But yeah, it depends if you're going to go all out. It depends what your priority is, really, I guess, as a club. I think for me, whatever competition you're in, you've got to go to win it, regardless. But obviously, we've got to think about Europa and Champions League and getting top 4 as well.
Stan?
My choice is a little bit more biased because I'd like Newcastle to get to the final with Arsenal, just because of the family ties and that. It'd be nice for them to get to a final, but obviously they're not allowed to win it. So there'll be heartbreak for some of my family.
Be nice to have an Arsenal Newcastle final again, and a player does the Bergkamp. Sheffield United in the box here. Oh, God, we just scrambled it away. That was lucky. Sheffield United getting back in. Rob Holding clears it. Sheffield United still in. Rob Holding clears it.
Tell you what, right? Looking at
back. Oh, Kozliak gets it, thank God. And Arsenal try and break now quickly. Oh, yes, go on, Eddie. Yes, guys, he's got to go. He's got to be sent off here. Jay Robinson, he's only got a yellow card. I'd like to see. Why is that? I'm sure he was the last defender there.
But to think about Nketiah, though, like his hold-up play isn't the best, is it? His link-up. I've seen it a few times. You give him the ball, you want him to just hold on to it. But like you say, he is that goal scorer. You can tell he's got like a eye for goal.
He's got to go here. I'm sorry, he's got to go. With what we've seen lately in the Premiership with the last player, he's got to go. There's no other defender around him, and Eddie Nketiah would have been away on his own.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
That's for me. That should be a red card.
Right, let's go. I'll see it now. So I mean about that counter-attack, though, Arsenal constantly a threat.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Was that player on the inside going to get there? I don't know.
To get there, does it? He's the last player.
No, I think if it's clear goal scoring opportunity, I think it's far too far away from goal to class that as a goal scoring opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I think it's about the distance from the goal.
But who was the red card the other day? And he was right. I can't think who it was.
That was it was yesterday, wasn't it, when he was holding Garlo? But that was like practically in the box, wasn't it? So that was like literally right on the edge of the box, pretty much. So I think it's different. Sharp, son.
Tierney in the unlucky.
We need to keep our concentration because this isn't over yet.
Oh, Kozliak is down now, and he's really in serious pain. He's in serious pain here. It looks like he's hurt his arm. No, I think he's going to be all right. He looked like he was.
It's hard as nails, isn't he? It's hard as nails, him. Be all right.
Let's have a look. What's happened here? There's nothing even happened there, to be honest, to be fair, but it should have been a foul. I'll see what they're saying. But
we've just got the Eddie one here.
Steve, it doesn't matter how far away he is from the goal. If you're the last defender, you're the last defender in my eyes. That's the rule, I thought. The Saint says, what's the score? It's still Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 1, 76 minutes gone. It's been a bit end-to-end in this second half, Soph.
Yeah, it has been open. I think Sheffield, them not scoring whilst they're on top, I think that's going to come back to bite them, to be honest, because I think Arsenal on the counter-attack, just devastating going forwards, and I can see them nicking another goal and settling the game. So I think Sheffield need to score while they're on top.
Sheffield United with a corner and headed straight over the bar. Goal kick for Arsenal. Still confident, Stan, with 13 minutes to go?
Not until we get that second goal.
Yeah.
Because they're having a go, aren't they? They're having some chances.
Yep.
Ooh.
What are they showing? I don't know why they're showing that again. There was nothing in that. Nothing now. I think that's all right.
We've got the Kolosinac injury now.
Yeah, it was nothing really. I didn't see the injury at first, and then come on, just get rid of it, Martinez. That's it. Straight up the pitch. Ceballos, Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, back to Holding.
It's funny looking at Mikel Arteta. Other than the hair, he looks like a little clone of Pep. The way he's dressed and everything, you know, with like the chinos, those like those little black cool trainers he's got on, and the black jumper. It's exactly
definitely got some influence.
That is Pep style, isn't it?
What did you, Salam? What did you say? Given my answer, please. What did you put, mate? I might have missed it. Oh, sorry. Who is number 10 jersey in Arsenal?
Yeah, so is there one number 10?
We don't know. We've not seen him for a long time, so we don't know. If anyone does know, please write in and tell us.
he wears it under his invisibility cloak. Sorry, it is.
If you go on Fortnite, you might be able to see it.
Yeah.
Aubameyang is there you go. I said it. Aubameyang. He's warming up here. Hopefully, he comes on for the last sort of 10 minutes.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, I think Sheff will need to score while you're on top, because Aubameyang coming on the break, like, he'll hurt you. He will hurt you if he gets a chance. He'll score.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think Sheffield United will score now, and this only from a corner, because that's the only place that's dangerous.
I agree. Yeah. Not going to break you down.
Xhaka now. Great ball on the left to Tierney. Tierney just outside the box, cross the ball. Oh! Who was that? Eddie was... I know, Pepe was there just a little bit late, but Sheffield United cleared it out for a throw.
He's played well, to be fair, Tierney.
Yeah, he's had a cracking game. Cracking game. Great ball. He pulled it back. Lovely. Oh, Pepe was just... Saka, is that a corner? I think he's won a corner for Arsenal here. 80 minutes gone. Still Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 1. Ceballos coming over to take the penalty. The corner. Looks like they might go for a short one. Come on. Robert saying Arsenal quite organised today. Not in the first 5-10 minutes they weren't, Robert, but since then they haven't been too bad, mate. Ceballos with the corner. Crossing it in. Oh, Xhaka was unlucky. He's still... No. And Sheffield United clear. Not that far. Tierney gets it back. And it's still... I thought I was going to go out for a throw, but it's still in. Tierney on this left-hand side. Clears it down pitch. Eddie and take it out on the charge. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Sheffield United clear it out for a throw-in.
I can't see any other goal other than an Arsenal second at this moment in time.
No. They're just showing Chelsea's team bus pulling up with all their faces.
Today, Chelsea.
Huh?
Who they got today? Who else is playing today?
That's the Chelsea. Okay. And then Sheffield United. Oh, Arsenal clear it.
It's a massive game, that.
United. No, Martinez goes out for a goal kick. You got Leicester, Chelsea, and then Newcastle, Man City.
Leicester, to be fair, have slacked off, haven't they, last few weeks? So I think
same as Sheffield United.
Really? Yeah, they haven't really hit the ground running. So I think, and Chelsea have. So I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we was doing the stream yesterday, and we had Lee Chappie in.
Yeah,
he was in, and he weren't confident at all today. He thinks that obviously it's going to be a really hard game, which it will be. To be fair, it will be a very hard game. Chelsea have started really well, I think.
Yeah, I think Lampard's doing a good job with what he's got to work with there.
Oh, he's done a fantastic job.
And obviously Werner coming in, great signing.
Oh, great. Sheffield United here. Has he kept it in? No, he's fine. Not a problem. Lone Star says left back Tierney, rest of the defence Tranny. Sammy says with the amount of injuries we're getting, we should be sponsored by the NHS.
Booper.
Lone Star says great to hear, Sophie. Guy Smith said Leicester play Chelsea, guys. I hope Leicester get a result today. Would be nice, Gus. Would be nice, mate.
It's not anything though, isn't it? Like I said about final earlier, like form goes out the window. And this is a chance to get into a semi-final. So I think don't write Leicester off. Definitely do not write them off.
Well, listen, you only got to watch what Norwich done yesterday to yourselves. So,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? The league, I mean, more or less going to be relegated. All their heads could have been down, really. Do you know what I mean? But they put everything into that yesterday, and they was
They
unlucky.
were unlucky. Yeah, they were unlucky.
Lone Star said Leicester will win today. Aaron says Leicester to miss out on top 4? ?
I think if a team's going to drop out at the minute, I can see it being Leicester. But they've got to find some form from somewhere, haven't they? And I think that Wolves don't look like they're going to drop points at the minute. Chelsea obviously are flying. I think it's going to be really, really close. But I think I said this not long ago. I said third. I think he's up for grabs because Leicester. I just don't think that it's clicking at the minute for them.
No, exactly. We've got a few comments
They need
on.
Jamie Vardy. They need Jamie Vardy just banging in goals for them, and then it'll lift them again. They rely on him so much.
Exactly. We've got a few comments on Alt Mike. Jamie says, "Hi Sophie, love you on United stand. You speak facts. 3-1 Man United." I don't know what that means, Jamie. Darius, he says, the game, first time user. Hello, ladies and gents. If you turn your TV up or your laptop, whatever it is, turn it up, and then you'll be able to sync your app to the stream that we're doing right now, and you'll be able to hear our commentary. Gus says, "I hope so." Lone Star says, "Trannies." Robert says, "Now is a critical time for Arsenal. They like to screw up in the last 10 minutes. They sure do." Or Tierney's doing his nutty. He's saying that shouldn't have been a foul. The refs give a foul when he's doing his nut. Lone Star Londoner says, "Sophie, Rashford on the field divides opinion, it seems. What do you think?"
Rashford is my favourite player. I love him. I absolutely love Rashford to bits. But I think he looks rusty at the moment. I think, obviously, he was injured as well just before the lockdown, and people forget that. Like, he hasn't played football for a long time. And I think it's just going to take him extra time to get back into it. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, I love Rashford. I think...
Here comes Pepe from his own half. He's running through. Eddie Ntegie. Oh, Eddie, come on. He's still got it. Oh, why is that a foul?
But yeah, I love Rashford. I think he's great. And obviously what he's been doing through lockdown as well has made me proud as a United fan. But he just seems a nice guy, but also he's got a bit of magic in him. Every now and again he'll produce a bit of magic. So, yeah, I love Rashford. I just think he's looking a bit sluggish at the moment, but he'll get back into it. What do you guys think about Marcus Rashford as an Arsenal fan?
Stan? Oh, hold up. Sheffield United are in here.
Sorry,
On the left-hand side, inside the box. Terrible ball. Absolute terrible ball there from Sheffield United when they need to nick an equaliser. And it's just gone for a throwing. Sorry, Stan.
No, I was going to ask Safe same question, but for Anthony Martial. I just wondered what her thoughts were on him.
Martial, I think, is our most natural goal scorer. I think in front of goal, he's composed, he's a calm finisher. For me, I said this the other day, I call him Anthony Partial as a bit of a joke before on my channel because he's flicked in and out. A bit like I said about Ozil. Some games he'll be influential, quality. Other games,
Sheffield United.
Yes.
Oh, terrible.
This is it. See that? It's the last 10 minutes is a dangerous time for us. I've not got to it yet, but I was worried.
Oh, what a turn by McGoldrick! Wow.
Oh my God, terrible. I think it was Owen has made a mistake here, and then it deflected to the Sheffield United player, and it's gone in. 86 minutes gone.
Extra time we're looking at.
What did I say? Look, a corner, but this was a throw-in, a long throw-in. It's gone over Holding's head. It's rebounded back off of Kosniak, and McBurney has got the equaliser.
Oh, what is it about McBurney and goals? Like, scored one against us really late on as well. He gets important goals. Oh, he's pushed him over there as well.
Terrible.
Oh, McGoldrick scored.
Oh, was it McGoldrick? Sorry.
Yeah, McGoldrick scored. But yeah, Martial, great finisher. I think he was quality against Sheffield the other day because for me, he comes feet too much. You want to see him spinning off as well because he's quick and vary his play up a bit more. And I think with Pogba and Bruno behind him, like I said, that gives him a reason to run then because they'll find him. Whereas in the past, he's lacked that quality behind. But yeah, I'll rate Martial. I just think that we want a bit more from him sometimes. But he needs a service as well. Good finish, yes.
Apparently, I've got to beat you off, Sophie.
I'm sorry.
For fuck's sake, Mr. Michael said. Stephen, unfortunately for me, mate, I'm a bit dyslexic. So for me to pronounce these names is very, very hard. So I'm sorry if I can't get the names out properly. But That's just what it is, mate.
I have
Unfortunately,
the same problem.
I'm just getting
I
the
have the
goal
same
here,
problem.
I think, now. It's that throw-in. What's happened now?
I said it'd be a corner or a throw-in, didn't I? You know, like a
Said,
long...
in the air, physically. I said physically in the air.
My stream's
stronger.
weird. It's just rewound itself.
Robert says, what's happened in the last 10 minutes for Arsenal? Just, we've had a couple of chances, Robert, to be fair, but...
What's happening here?
Oh, I don't know. Corner, dangerous corner now for Sheffield United. 89th minute, 89th minute coming up. Ball comes in. Martinez punches out. Well done, Martinez, in a crowded box here. Come on, Arsenal. Sheffield United still put it. Cross comes in. Far post. Get it out. Oh, well done, Sophie. Oh, Martinez has saved it and it's gone back out for another corner. Sheffield
Come
United.
on, Sheffield.
Sheffield United coming this one.
Come on. There's only one United, though.
You're right, Stephen. Arsenal on the ropes here. Last couple of minutes. We brought it on ourselves.
Yeah, it's it.
So I've not actually seen the goal because I lost my stream, and by the time I got it back, it's
He's a bit scrappy in the middle, and then McGoldrick's just tapped it in basically. Good finish, though. If I'm Sheffield, I'm thinking pump it into the box. Like Arsenal can't cope physically.
Well, if I'm Arteta now, I'm saying that bring Arteta on. Aubameyang.
Bring yourself on, just do it.
You know what? You know what, Terry? He couldn't do much worse.
Well, exactly, yeah. But I mean, I'll bring Aubameyang on, especially in this. If we go into extra time, which it looks like
it's him coming on against tired legs, though. You think him coming on against tired legs would be a big factor.
Arsenal give it away here. Sheffield United coming down on this left side, crosses it in. Kozniak gets it away. Now Saka on the midfield. Go on, Saka. Go on. Over on this left to it. Eddie and Tekier. Play it through. He's through. Pepe. Pepe's in the box. Oh, what are you doing, you muppet? Ceballos has still got it. Cross it over. Yeah!
No! I knew that was coming.
Ceballos to the goal. Get in there. Yes! Great goal by Ceballos.
What an end to the game.
But Ceballos got the rebound, took it down on the left, right-hand side, and slots it underneath the goalkeeper. 2-1 Arsenal in its 91st minute. 5 minutes of injury time. Get in there. This was a great play by Eddie and Saka. Eddie plays Pepe in, and he's just mucking about. He should have shot first time. Pulls it back, gets caught up. But Ceballos comes through and slots it home underneath Henderson on this left-hand side of the goal. Cracking goal. 2-1 Arsenal. Game, set, and match now, surely. Surely, Stan.
That's poor from Sheffield, that though, isn't it? That was poor from Sheffield. Just let him just wander in.
They're just all stood there, though. Look, if you look at the replay, they're just all stood there. About 5 Sheffield United players. Get in there. Come on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Omar says,
I can't believe that.
We are a shambles. We can't defend. Lone Star says, bring Keown on. The Saints says, bloody blades. And then it all changes from there. Come on. The Saints says, I do rate Ceballos. Lone Star says, tell legendary commentary right there. Thanks, mate. Stephen says, devastated.
I'm speechless.
Oh, my God. Gut Smith says, good game to be fair.
Yeah, that was a nice goal. I did see the Ceballos goal.
It's a good finish, but the way they just wondered, like I think it's poor from Sheffield. That they're going to watch that back. I think we should have done better there.
The Saints says, steady on, Sophie. My team are not poor. Well, maybe a little. Unbelievable. I can't believe that. I thought it was going to go extra time there, to be honest, and we'd have to bring
so too.
But surely, we've got 3 minutes left of injury time there. 5 minutes injury time. We're 3 minutes in, so we've got just over 3 minutes to play. Surely, Arsenal are not that bad to muck this up now. Surely.
I would love it though if it were. But yeah, I can't see it.
That's a foul. That's a free kick. Yeah, free kick all day long for Arsenal. Come on, just take your time now. Waste time. Let's do what all the other clubs do. Omar says, get in. The Saints said, typical Sheffield United. Arteta still don't look happy, though, to be fair, and he shouldn't be. But just like yourself, Sophie, Man United got through. I'll take this all day long. 2-1 win.
Yeah, to be fair, it looks like you're going to avoid extra time as well, though.
Yeah.
You're always a
Martinez,
threat on the counter. All game, constantly a threat on the counter attack, and that proved worth at the end.
that's gone out for a throw-in. It's got just over a minute left. Arsenal's got to be strong in defence. Come on. Lone Star says, Omar, I've run out of objectives for Arsenal defending. Latest ones, not for printing here. Steve said, Soph, you doing a watch-along for the Chelsea game?
I'm not, unfortunately, Steve. Sorry. I will be tuning in and watching it, though.
Free kick here for Arsenal. This has got to be it now, surely.
You think so?
Sabias has gone down from Fleck here. Didn't he? He got booked in the first half, didn't he? Yeah. But no, it's just a free kick. Let's have a look at this. Ball comes up in the air. Oh, here's a free kick. He's bloody put his studs in his stomach. It's not a bloody kung fu kick. But to be fair, Sabias is holding his face. It's not even, he got done in the stomach. What we got here? Natish said, Sabias, I've backed this guy for so long. Saw him in India and he was special back then. Hopefully this is the moment of redemption now. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully. Trish's banter said, Sophie, are you gutted?
Yep. No, like I would like to see an Arsenal United final. I genuinely would. I think that'd be good.
This could be the last attack for Sheffield United. Oh, no, it's through. Oh, it's a free kick. It's a free kick. Thank God for that. It's a free kick. The Saints
Built my hopes up then, Terry.
Can imagine League Gun are going to be very harsh today on recap. At the end of the day, you can be harsh, but you know what I mean? Everyone keeps saying, look, I'll keep hearing this from a lot of Arsenal players, even Diesel, even Claude. Do you know what I mean? It's all about the results at the end of the day. That's what I keep hearing. It's a results game.
Of course it is.
You can't have it both ways. Do you know what I mean? I want it both ways. Don't get me wrong.
And to be fair, how often have you seen Arsenal concede a goal that they just did to equalise and then cave in? You saw it against Brighton, cave in, end up giving away all 3 points, or end up giving away the win, obviously win the cup. But today, it looks like that's not going to happen. That's progress. It's not been the most pretty, but...
There we go. Full-time whistle has gone. Sheffield United 1, Arsenal 2. Same result as Man United yesterday, but we done it in the full-time instead of extra time. Unbelievable, really. We put too much pressure on ourselves at the end there. I think Arteta should have changed the formation when he brought these players on. That would have quickened up the game. But listen, 2-1 win, take that all day long. What would you, Stan?
Yeah, happy with that. Happy with the result, I should say, that we're going on to the next round. But still some work to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of work to be done, mate, to be honest. What would you say about the game, Soph?
I think you got lucky, really, in some senses because of disallowed goals. But, yeah, like I say, I think Arsenal always look to threat on the counter-attack. And in the end, that's proven the difference between the two. I think Sheffield only were going to score, really, from a scrappy goal like the way that they did. They were never going to break Arsenal down. I don't think they had enough quality going forward. But, yeah, I think Arsenal going through to the next round now. So if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be like buzzing with that performance. I think you've got a bit lucky there, but you've got the result ultimately, which is the most important thing. But yeah, that's it really. I think through to the next round, move on, and see how you can progress now from that, because that's 2 wins you've got now. But see if you can build a bit of momentum up.
Exactly.
Also, can I just say that not so long ago, getting them equalising, that would have been it for us.
Exactly, you'd have caved in. Yeah,
that would have been it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Natish, Arsenal FC fans, just quickly joining us to get a bit of a reaction after the game. How did you see the game, Natish?
When it was 1-1, I thought that this is exactly what's going to happen, extra time, and we are going to take it to the wire probably. But then I'm happy that Sabias has scored. Probably now he can revive his career a bit at Arsenal. I don't think he's going to be here next year, But I think these are the few games that he can prove that he's a good player as well. And probably the FA Cup is going to be his thing now. He's going to be starting against whichever team we face after the draw is done tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was he scored a good goal. I mean, really though, let's be honest, Pepe should have done better with that chance that he had. He should have shot first time in my eyes.
Yeah, we had a lot of good chances, and we were again thinking that this is going to be the same old Arsenal, not finishing the chances, and we'll be in trouble. But fortunately, Ceballos has come up with a good finish. And when you saw there, Pepe almost lost the ball, and then Ceballos recovered. He made a quick run, and he just put it past Henderson. So that is not an easy thing to do because Henderson is one of the best keepers in the league. So I think it was a good finish, and this may give him confidence, like it gave Pepe confidence to score that penalty in the first half.
Yeah, no, exactly. Let's quickly go on then and talk about quickly before the we break off for the Leicester Chelsea game. How do you see that one going, Sophie?
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think Leicester aren't really in form at the moment. They need to get Jamie Vardy firing on all fronts if they are going to get back to form. But I can't see Chelsea at the minute. I think Chelsea are high on confidence. Good run of results. I think Frank's doing a good job. I think he'll want the FA Cup. He'll win a trophy his first season as Chelsea manager. So I can see Chelsea going through. I'm going to say maybe a 2-1 Chelsea win. That's my prediction.
Okay, Stan?
Well, there's a big feel-good factor going around Chelsea at the moment. I mean, you know, they've seen what's coming into the squad as well. They're spending money. I think Chelsea have probably got this one. You know, I think it's going to be difficult for Leicester to get Chelsea on this one.
Yeah. What's your score?
Oh, I'm going to go for maybe same score that I predicted for this one, 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay. Nish?
I'm going to probably go for something different because Leicester hasn't been playing the way that they were expected to play in the league. Maybe they will actually show up in a competition where they have a title and it matters. So I think they may give Chelsea a fight and probably nick it 2-1.
I originally went 3-1. I'm going to stick to it. I think Chelsea are going to be just too much for Leicester. I really do hope Leicester play well, to be honest, and put in a good performance. Because at the moment, let's be honest, the first two games have been poor where they've been back. So, I mean, they look like a team that's standing out at the moment, unfortunately, and they desperately need, like you said, Sophie, Vardy scoring goals again. If he don't start scoring goals, then I fear for him. And that top four could be well out of their reach if they don't start getting at least a couple of points in the next couple of games. So, I mean, look, let's be honest. As an Arsenal fan, I want Leicester to win and I want Newcastle to win today. I think we all would like that. Do you know what I mean? Let's not beat around the bush here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because obviously it's an easy. I don't say it in an harsh way, but it's an easier game for all Man United and Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So we were both. I think both teams would like Chelsea, Leicester and Newcastle to win, but I think Chelsea are going to have too much, and I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea. What about the Newcastle City game, Soph?
City, I think they're going to try and go out for the FA Cup, to be honest with you, because obviously they're not got the Premiership now. That's all done and dusted. I think they need to bounce back from that shocking performance the other day as well. I'm sure Pep would have had a few words with them. So I would love to see the underdog, Newcastle, win, but I can't see it happening. I'm going to say 2-0 City. Okay,
Stan?
Yeah, that last City game, man, they had a few problems that you don't really see happening to City. And like Sophie says, I don't think Pep's going to have been too happy that he's going to want them to bounce back today and put that right. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a City 2-1.
Okay, Nish?
I think the problem with Manchester City right now is that Sergio Aguero is injured. And Gabriel Jesus isn't the kind of striker who can actually fill his boots. And that is why I feel that Newcastle may try to go all defense. And I want Newcastle to win maybe 1-0, but I think City will win 3-1.
Okay. For me, it's the same again for Norwich and same with Leicester, really. You know what I mean? Newcastle, I mean, Newcastle hasn't really got much to play for, so surely you would think they'd put all their eggs in one basket and go all out in this game against City. Do you know what I mean? So,
and to be fair, Newcastle with Steve Bruce, like they did hit a bit of form. To be fair, they have. They've improved a lot.
Yeah, no, I think they've been doing well under Steve Bruce. To be honest, and I would love to see him give them a game. That's what I'd like to do. Out of anything, I'd like to just see Newcastle give them a game and not just be rolled over by Man City. Because if Man City get 2 early goals, then I just think it's all over, dead and buried, and City could win by 4 or 5 goals probably. But if Newcastle put up a good fight, like they have done in the last couple of games, they've done well. They could take City to extra time because obviously Aguero's injured and they're not in on all cylinders at the moment. So if Newcastle put all their eggs in one basket and go for it, they could do a Norwich and take City into extra time. But I still think City will win, even if it goes extra time or whatever. They'll nick it. I'm going to go for a 2-1, maybe 3-1 with 2 goals in extra time. City win. So yeah, I mean, obviously, Sophie's happy. Man United are through to the semi-finals yesterday. Stan, Natish, I'm happy. Yeah. Everyone in the chat's happy. Yeah. We're in the semi-finals. Hopefully, we can avoid each other, Sophie, like you said. You know what I mean? And get the Arsenal Man United final. That'd be a great final, like you said. But it'd be a great final with Arsenal win it, whichever team, unfortunately for you. But no, so yeah, I just want to thank you, Sophie, for coming on. I hope you enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on it as well. Absolute pleasure as always to come on. And yeah, I appreciate you asking me. Thanks to everyone in the comments as well for all the love and being supportive.
No. Thanks for coming on. Shout your channel out and also.
Oh yeah, my channel is hairdryer treatment as well. So if you could give that a subscribe, guys, I'd really appreciate it.
And Twisted Banter was saying, are you on Instagram?
I am, yeah. It's Sophie Richo with a kiss on the end of it.
Yeah, so listen, without fail, if it's the final, we've got to do a watch-along, Sophie, because that'd be great.
100%. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Stan, thank you very much for coming on again, mate. Partner in crime.
Cheers, mate. Nice to be here, and a pleasure to meet Sophie and Nitash as well. Guys in the chat box, thanks for the love, and go over to Cannon Fodder TV later on because my post-match reaction, Gooners in Vancouver, will be up. And Terry, don't forget with the FIFA rebuild. So when Terry puts up the FIFA introduction video, remember to put in the comments who we should be selling and who I should be bringing in, and I'll start getting to work on the first episode.
I think we should start with who should we keep, Stan? That'd be easier.
Yeah, it's much short-lived.
Exactly. Natish, what can I say? Thank you very much for letting us go live on your platform today on Facebook, Arsenal FC fans page. We really do appreciate it. And like I said, we hope to build up a relationship with yourself and start working with you in the future.
Yeah, thank you, Terry, and thank you for having me here as well. And yeah, we are doing a lot of videos with Daniel, with Simpy, with Sam, everyone around, and now obviously with you guys as well, Claude and the Banstas. And hopefully, let's see, we have a lot of catching up to do, and I'm probably looking to push this page to 1 million followers by the end of the year.
Wow.
No, that's exactly, and obviously us being on your page and you being on our page, advertising each other, hopefully it will push both of our followers up, Nish.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. So it's all that's left for me to say is don't forget, if you want to be a member on our YouTube, the link is in the chat now. You can go over there and sign up. Please sign up to our Hot Mic if from Google Play Store or Apple Store. Put in our code CBS301. That will sign you up to Claude and the Bansters on Hot Mic. There's other people on there that you could go and subscribe to. It's all free. I'll follow. Lee Chappie's on there for Leicester. You've got Craig for Anfield Agenda, Lee Gunner, Terry for the Football Tales. You've got a few people on there. So please go and download Hot Mic. Great app to have. And also, if you can't become a member, then just please like, subscribe, and share on all platforms, especially YouTube, on Hot Mic, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until then, we'll see you soon. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Take care.